chipped like the lies they wear. In the corner whispers crawl, truth bleeds out on this stained wall. Blood stained through in the midnight haze, dark close truths in a criminal maze. Sip the guilt, feel the crime. This cafe holds the edge of time. Footsteps echo guilt on tile, shadows linger for a while. Murmurs twist the air to knots, every cup a grave of thoughts. Bloodstained through in the midnight haze, dark rose truths in a criminal maze. Sip the guilt, feel the crime. This cafe holds the edge of time. Footsteps echo guilt on tile, shadows linger for a while. Murmurs twist the air to knots, every cup a grave of thoughts. Bloodstained brew in the midnight haze, dark roast truths in a criminal maze. Sip the guilt, feel the crime. This cafe holds the edge of time. Like smoke from the past, brewing secrets that never last. Every sip a confession screamed, this cafe ain't the place you dreamed. Bloodstained brew in the midnight haze, dark roast truths in a criminal maze. Sip the guilt, feel the crime. This cafe holds the edge of time. Like a killer's stare, mugs chipped like the lies they wear. In the corner whispers crawl, truth bleeds out on this stained wall. Blood stained through in the midnight haze, dark close truths in a criminal maze. Sip the guilt, feel the crime. This cafe holds the edge of time. Footsteps echo guilt on tile, shadows linger for a while. Murmurs twist the air to knots, every cup a grave of thoughts. Bloodstained brew in the midnight haze, dark roast truths in a criminal maze. Sip the guilt, feel the crime. This cafe holds the edge of time. Footsteps echo guilt on tile, shadows linger for a while. Murmurs twist the air to knots, every cup a grave of thoughts. Bloodstained brew in the midnight haze, dark roast truths in a criminal maze. Sip the guilt, feel the crime. This cafe holds the edge of time. Like smoke from the past, brewing secrets that never last. Every sip a confession screamed, this cafe ain't the place you dreamed. Bloodstained brew in the midnight haze, dark roast truths in a criminal maze. Sip the guilt, feel the crime. This cafe holds the edge of time. at sea. The jukebox screams, the lights will weep. No justice here, just life's decay.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us once again tonight here at the cafe. It's great to be back with you guys. Thank you for those of you that were here earlier. I appreciate you guys so very much. And we're back just to hang out and discuss some things. Whatever we discuss is whatever we discuss. It is great to be here with you. Welcome to Late Night with Dago. These are always usually pretty good shows. I used to do these all the time, but I like to do these as often as I can because we don't get the same people. A lot of people are working, things like that, and I don't get to talk about these things with everybody until evening. So I've been trying to do some more of these here and there, and again, do our regular morning shows too. So either way, I get to see you all, and that's what matters to me. That being said, make sure you hit that like button, folks. Share this out, please, if you will. And you know what comes next. Here we go. Right. Had to do that little intro thing, but we're back again. And it's great to be here with you guys. I think I owed you this anyway. I missed all day yesterday. I didn't get to hang out with my peeps, and it kind of messed my day up. It's not a normal day if I'm not in here at least once with you guys. So you get me twice today, if you can handle me that much. Hearing my irritating voice and looking at this ugly mug twice in one day, you might need therapy. Who knows? We'll see. But either way, I'm glad to be back with you guys, and it's great to have you all here. Please, again, guys, make sure you hit that like button. Share this out and let everybody know what we're doing. We're just hanging out and discussing things, and there's plenty to discuss. I promise you. Excuse me. Speaking of discussing, who do we have in here to discuss with? The Borg is back in the house. Welcome back to you. Miss Rowena, good to see you. The Canadian cat lady all the way from up north. Great to have you back. It's like you never left. That's all good to me. Skits, West Side, Crime Shows in the house. Good to see you. Welcome back. Doc, always a pleasure. Good to see you. Angel D. I hope you're feeling better, dear. Good to see you. Me, myself, and I. Good to see you and welcome back. Beach Babe back in the house tonight. Unk is here. Welcome back, Unk. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Miss Taylor's in the house with Stitchin' Bitchin' and so much more. Always, always, always the amazing and positive Miss Paula Fitzhenry. Always so happy to see you, Paula. Thank you for being here with us every day, every time. Never fails. She's awesome, guys. Miss CZ, welcome back to you. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for the Purple Hearts, guys, that we throw in here because wisdom speaks forever in our hearts. Will always be with us, guys. And that's what that is, in memory of wisdom. We miss you. We love you. And you're always with us. Let me see who else is here right now. Did I miss somebody? I had to have missed somebody. Again, guys, hit that like button, please, and thank you. Rissa Roberts, welcome back. Good to see you. I got Angel D traveling clear from down under to come see us. I appreciate that. Let's see. I know I saw somebody in that blue crew in here somewhere. I swore I did. Miss Rowe, Roadie Rowe. Miss Charlotte, welcome back to you. Good to see you tonight. Feel like I'm losing my voice, guys. Truth Seeker, welcome back. Great to see you. Oh my God, of course not, Angel. I'm doing better. Good to hear you. And Lucci, you got some splaining to do. Good to see you, Miss Lucy. Thank you for being here. There's one of our blue crew. The lovely Miss Tandy's in the house. Good to see you, Miss Tandy. Twiz, what's up? Good to see you, brother. Samatunda, welcome back to you. Good to see you, cat lover. Always good to see you. Thank you for joining us. 42 peeps in the house, 34 likes. We're getting there. We are getting there. Come on in, guys. Grab a seat, grab a bench, grab a stool, grab a crate, sit on the toilet. I don't care. Sit down, get comfortable, and let's do this. Love having these combos with you guys. And yes, of course, I will post a link. If you want to join me to voice it from your mouth and not your fingers, we can do that. Miss Potts, the lovely and amazing Miss Potts. Always so good to see you. And there is Willard. Never fails. I knew he would make it. Good to see you, Willa. Boom. All right, guys. The link is pinned. Wait a minute. Is it? Or is it not? Now it is. There we go. You know what? I don't even know. James Bowen, good to see you. That's a great question. Does anybody know what the hell the crowns are? Anybody? I've seen them in other channels in their chats, but I couldn't tell you. It doesn't. It says something about top fans when you click on one of them, and right now it says me, myself, and I as my top fan. True Seekers number 2, Willie's number 3, Angel D's number 4, Skits is number 5, Miss Tandy's number 6, the Cat Lady's number 7, Beach Babe number 8, Unk is number 9, Twiz is 10, Summer Thunder's 11, Riss is 12, CZ is 13, Hummingbird's 14. Excuse me, sorry. I think I'm losing my voice, guys. Doc 15, James Bowen 16, Cat Lover 17, Mimi 422. I think that's Deb is number 18, Paula Fitzhenry 19, Miss Potts is 21, Jerry Tovar is 22, and Charlotte is 23. And I don't know if this is how many times you hit the like button. I don't know what that I don't know what it is, you guys. It's new to me. They don't really explain anything. Mark Schumann, welcome. Good to see you. They come in here to YouTube land and they change things and they put things in and take things out and they don't tell us until until we ask about it. You know what I mean? Angel says the crowns make me zip it because it's embarrassing. I'm shy. Oh, you're shy. We're seeing this, right? Angel says she's shy. Okay, and I'm a Chippendales. Angel, come on now. I am. I love you. I love it here. We love you too. Me, myself, and I. Yeah, I don't think that's. I don't care either. I love all you guys, and I don't care who's number 1 or number 500. It doesn't matter to me. I love each and every one of you guys the same. So even this muscle bound nuthead right here.
What's up, bro?
What's up? What's happening? The Epstein.
What are you
Jesus
doing?
Christ! Change your name every time. I always look at that shit. The Epstein list experts exists. Today it does.
Epstein,
Tomorrow it won't.
it's been the same. It's been the same for fucking
I haven't
last
seen
like
it.
10 times now. Yeah, because it went from like this to that, and then they're like that doesn't exist. Like what? out of here.
And then tomorrow it'll be back.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. This shit's crazy.
Yes, it is. It is.
And they get mad at us for asking questions.
Or condemn us because we do things because we don't understand it. There is a crown symbol next to the live chat that says 50 XPS experience points. What? Somebody explain this. If you know what it is,
I have no idea.
No, neither do I. Not even close, but that's okay. It's probably not that serious. Everybody, like I said, everybody in here means the same to me, so I don't care who's 1 or 500. It doesn't matter.
Who's in the lead?
When I clicked on it, it was me, myself, and I.
You. Who's
I don't even
second?
know. I can't. I gotta find one to click on again. They're all gone now. At least in my.
What is it?
I don't know. It's a purple crown that's like sits next to the name. Oh, there they are. There's one. Truth Seekers number 2.
Oh shit.
It says there's like 75 XP next to most of the names, and then 25, and then I don't know what this is. So weird, you guys. I hate when they do these things. No sense to me.
Yeah, that's probably some weird YouTube shit.
Someone with a supper a soup. No, it's not super chats because nobody, all them names sent super chats. I'd be floating right now. Miss
Willie
Debbie
is third. Oh, okay. All right. I'm on there.
Oh yeah, you're there.
Now I care about this. What's up, y'all?
Thank you, Debbie. See, that's what I thought. It's the first people to click like. So this is YouTube's way of making people click like because they want to be number 1.
The first people to click like.
Yep.
Huh.
It ranks you based on your engagement. Thank you, Lucci. I told you had some explaining to do.
What's up? I got the. Well, you don't really count, so it's Truth and then me.
You're number 3, yeah. That means how much you
How
engage.
How do they let the creators be themselves as a fucking ranking? That's the weirdest thing ever.
It says me, myself, and I, Truth, and then you, and then Angel, and then Skits, and then Tandy, and then Cat Lady. So however often you engage.
Oh, so there's more than just 1 through. Oh, okay.
It goes all the way down to like 24 right now. So.
Sure.
But anyway, I guess it's how fast you hit the like button when you come in and all this other stuff, and then you know what I mean. I don't know. I guess it's to make people engage with the chats.
I'll take a second.
Sure, take it. Do your thing. Like I said, I appreciate all of you guys. So it doesn't matter to me. Thank you for explaining it, Miss Debbie. It's not in. If you're not into commitment, you won't get. Yeah, you got to be committed to this relationship. Yes, yes.
Dude, I ate a big piece of homemade shoe fly pie.
Oh yeah, how'd that taste?
And I'm dying. It tasted amazing, but I feel like I ate like a baby fawn.
Too much, huh?
Yeah, dude, it's heavy.
And we had I call it welfare jambalaya, so it's pretty good.
Welfare jambalaya.
Yeah, my wife takes 2 boxes or 3 boxes, depending on how much she makes of that rice-a-roni, Spanish rice. Makes that and cuts up some smoked sausage or kibasi, whatever you call it.
Oh, I
there.
like kibasi.
Yeah, if you have shrimp, whatever, you can throw it in there too, or chicken, whatever. Anyway, you cook it all together, and it's got the rotel, like tomatoes and shit. You throw that in the mix, and then I put in a little bit of cheese and mixed it in there too because I like the cheese. It's pretty damn good. It's filling, you know.
That sounds heavy.
It's actually pretty good. It is a little. It's not very light, but it's filling. I just take out just a small bowl and I'm good. I love the sausage. You know what I'm saying? That didn't sound good. The kibasi I like to eat. Forget it. I'm moving on. Anyway. Yeah. That's all good, Summer. Don't worry about none of those stupid crowns. You guys are all here. That's all that matters to me.
Oh no, I'm in second. I'm talking shit, dude.
Yes.
What's
Yeah,
up?
Heather.
What's up, y'all? Y'all got to step up your engagement. Aha.
Shit. Mark Schumann wants to know what's in shoe fly pie, Willie.
Shoe fly pie is like straight molasses with
Oh,
I don't know, like this amazing crumble on top. I don't even know what the fuck it is, but the Amish make it, and they bring it here to this certain market, right? And there's only like 12 to 15 of them, but they're expensive as shit.
I'm sure.
So you know what I mean? So and then they come certain times of the year. They drop them off. Seahawk, you have no idea. There's nobody that if you like dessert, you would like shoe fly pie. It's
A
amazing.
lot of people don't care for molasses, and it's not just you don't taste just molasses. I promise you. I know what he's talking about. Listen,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
surrounded by them
I don't like
here too.
molasses. I don't like straight molasses either. But whatever the fuck they do, it's amazing.
I used to take a spoonful of blackstrap molasses every day
Mm.
for years. I guess it's supposed to be good for you. I don't know. My aunt told it to me, but it helps with something. It tastes like shit, but it helps with something. But listen, anything an Amish person puts in front of me, I'm gonna taste it. I don't care what it could look like shit. I'm gonna taste it. I've never had anything bad from the Amish. I'm surrounded by them out here. Their
That's
food
what
is
I mean,
amazing.
dude. This shit's fire.
Yeah, their pies. Oh my god, it's probably very rich. I imagine it's be rich. Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
with
it's heavy.
molasses and everything else in it, sure.
Yeah.
Greek
So
havas.
what do you go? Huh?
Angel said Greek halvas. Halvas is gummy too. I've never heard of halvas.
Halvis?
Halva.
Halvas?
Havas? What is that?
I like the Budako and baklava is my two favorite.
Gala. I can never say it right. I just Gallic. Oh, fucking damn it, Willie. Gallic Taborico. That's what I used to call it, but I always had that. That's good, and of course baklava. Gallic Taborico. Whatever.
I like the
Yeah.
Budako. There you go.
And used to make it all the time. And gyros, I love all them. All them
Yeah,
things.
dude.
Chicken souvlaki. Um,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Habas. Yeah, my best friend was Greek, bro, for like 41 years. She made it all the time. She was half Greek, half Italian, but she lived by the Greek side, so
Did
made
she?
it with the
Smart.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did the Italian cooking, she did the Greek cooking. We all we all we all ate hearty, that's for damn sure.
Oh
Greek
yeah, that sounds dope.
food is awesome. I love Greek. Feta, I love their cheeses and yeah.
So
What's
what
up,
are you
Dan?
covering tonight?
Um, what do you want to cover? I said we're gonna
I
discuss
make
some
my
things.
own. I make my own hummus.
Really?
Isn't hummus? Isn't hummus just chickpeas?
Chickpeas, yeah, and you put in like Brandy made it. My wife made it before with garlic and roasted red peppers.
Can you
It's
use? Can you use like a food like a blender
yeah,
thing, like a
yeah,
little food processor thing?
yeah. You make it into like a paste, bro. I love hummus. I didn't used to,
Yeah,
but I love it. That and the pita bread,
I like it too,
the
but I got a little sick of. I got a little sick of the hummus that comes in that plastic. I
the
forget
round
what
thing.
the brand is.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's the thing. Like that's probably why Annie makes it because that's why Brandy made it because you only get like so much in them little containers, and you pay like $8 for that thing, and it's like a ripoff. You can make so much more.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Naan, yeah, I like naan bread too, Tandy. The pita chips, hummus, and the pita bread, whether it's fried or not, I love both of them. It's all good, all good. Tzatziki, yes, homemade tzatziki is very good too.
Suzuki's fire.
Tzatziki, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Who even
figured
brought that shit up?
I can't remember. Probably me. Somebody put that Havas in there. I think it was. That's it. Havas.
No, I mean, who just brought up Saziki?
Oh, where did I see it? Hold on.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's usually what goes on the Gyros.
Yeah, I know, but for somebody to know that, it's just surprising to me.
Oh, I knew it.
But you just told me you had a best friend for fucking 41 years. I'm sure you do know it.
That's exactly how. Yeah. You made baked fat.
And a great friend. You better know it all.
That right there is the best one right there. Yeah.
Spenakopita, Tiropita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Annie just put the recipe in here. Where'd it go? I just had you. What's up, AR? Good to see you, brother. Chickpeas, lemon juice, garlic, roasted red peppers. Yep. Bingo. It is bomb. Amen to that.
Yo, AR, did you see Jumpsuit Pablo's recent video? Dude, who the hell leaked it? Where'd this come from? This should be the topic of conversation.
Good. Let's talk about it. That's what I'm saying. It's on
because 15,000 people saw that video in an hour, and he's the one that I was talking about when I was talking about like the Wade Wilson phone calls and shit. Dude, he got fucking famous off of just fucking playing back phone calls from jail, whatever the fuck that channel's called, and and he just came out with a video. I sent a screenshot to Dago when he got off here, and it says that Steve is paying somebody in jail to stab Brian.
Yep. These things are insane, bro.
And I'm just gonna leave it at that for a second. And let that sink in everybody's mind.
4 hours ago. Think about it.
Like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. To come out there and make a live like that, like it's nothing.
Brian Koberger prison stabbing paid for by victim's father. Ex-con explains. Wow.
What the ex-con explains? That means they're talking to somebody in jail that knows some information about a stabbing that's being funded by a victim's father. Where are we?
If that comes back around, like, he can get in a lot of damn trouble for that. That's insane. What's up, AR? Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Hey, what's up, buddy? On? Yeah, Willie, I haven't seen it yet, but I just did live.
Yep, he's calling out the person insiders to take out BK. What the fuck, Miss Girl? What is happening?
And let me tell you, it happens, guys. I've received funds in the penitentiary many of times for hit pieces on people, man. I'm not going to deny it. There's no reason to deny it. I'm a new man. I'm out here now. But let me tell you, I would take any commissary money to handle business, and it happened to far more than
I'm just saying, but I'm just saying to, like, come out and make a fucking live about it. It's just wild to me, dude, that, like,
it's insane.
You're talking about a victim's family.
You don't talk about that shit. Like, this is nuts.
Wow.
And
this guy's supposed to be an ex-con.
Well, the problem that's really a problem with that is we all saw the threatening manner that Steve did.
The welcome package thing.
Very visual. It was very, very visual, not even just about Brian Koberger. I mean, I took a little offense to the cupcake comment about the penitentiary because my time in the penitentiary was not cupcake time.
Right.
But I also saw the threats towards Brian's family, which I think that's just uncalled for. I took real issue with that because Brian's family's his mom and dad are amazing individuals, and that now they're getting their flight records torn into and all this crap. The guy pled guilty. Why are clickbaiters doing this? I mean, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. But
leave it alone. Like, listen, we can look into it and talk about it and this and that. When you're threatening people's families and you're threatening people and doing, like, what is going on? Like, it's enough already. God damn.
That's just weird.
I'm good with conversation. I'm good with debate. We don't all have to
Right.
agree. We don't have to see things the same way. We can discuss it. That's cool. Like, I don't expect everybody to see stuff my way.
Sure.
Most cases, I hope they don't, because it's a better conversation if we're sharing our opinions and our thoughts and we see things differently. Um, but
Yeah, I just want to know if he has money on him or not.
I guarantee you
You
there
know,
is. I guarantee you there is. And at the end of the day, uh, all you got to do is hit the rewind button and you can see the threats from Steve G. He left himself open to potential future issues or charges if something does. And it's not even if just something happens to Koberger. If some sort of issue arises that others get hurt in the process of
If
that,
if
even
if
let's just say an inmate that's paid uh, to handle business with Koberger and that individual gets hurt, if Koberger gets the better of that individual, there's still charges. Um, and
well, what?
even
Yeah.
if
Go
it
ahead.
gets out there and money's proven to have been sent, and I'm sure people are smart enough to know, Steve has a brother that's in the penitentiary right now, so he knows the rule of the game. He's not going to send money directly from him to anybody. I mean, it's going to be a roundabout way, but um, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I'd like to go over at some point. Maybe I'll do that here when we get done and take a look at Jumpsuit Pablo's.
Yeah. I watched it. Wow. Wow.
I mean,
I,
that's just
Jumpsuit.
wild to me that even like a topic.
yeah.
He is Jumpsuit Pablo. I speak highly of Jumpsuit Pablo. He served a substantial amount of time, and he did it in some rougher places. I don't know if he had beliefs or affiliate. I don't know like his background in regards to those things.
I mean, there's some people that come on that are in like jail video and shit. So I don't
Right.
know.
What's up? Welcome, Docket. Good to see you tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
Hope
I
you're
mean
doing
it's
good.
always hard to decipher who's got what background and pull and means, and and you can't
Yeah.
always fully expect that the things that are coming out are absolute truth. Like I can't tell you whether Steve G put money on Koberger demise, but I guarantee you somebody is. I guarantee you it's doing,
Oh,
and it's populating, and
guaranteed. Guaranteed.
and
That's
I'll make the statement, a prediction. Koberger will get tested immediately upon arriving to get his DOC number. Right
yep.
in intake, he's going to get tested within his first hour of being in intake because you are around other inmates. Even when you're segregated, you're around other inmates because they don't have enough facility there to separate everybody at all times. So you still go to chow with people. You
Right.
still, I mean, when I went through in Arizona, I was in AgSeg, complete separation, supposed to be 100% single man cell confined. And when I went to get my DOC number and went through intake, I had 22 other people in my cell, and I went to chow with 40 other people, and everybody was from different affiliations. So
Yeah.
it was like, you don't think anybody's going to bite the dust in this mess? This
Right.
this
Welcome
is
to the claim.
interesting.
Exactly. Docket just said the initial Concalves interview is what drew me into the case, and as I truly feel heartbroken for them, but something has been off from the beginning with them, and I gotta say, there's definitely a different feel with them as compared to any other case we've looked at and any other family involved. Truly, okay, that's agreeable from the beginning. I have to say, I agree with that one, Docket. And yeah, you're 100% right, AR. I mean, this is guys. Every day, this case becomes stranger and crazier to me. I don't care what the reason is. I've never seen anything like this before in my life, and I pray to God we don't after this. But this is just becoming more and more and more insane, and I feel like something bad's going to happen. I really do. I don't know who to who for sure, Brian definitely is going to have, like, that's why I think it was Diane came in here and she doesn't believe that Brian has a target on his back. He absolutely has a target on his back, folks. Whether anybody
I'm
wanted
just
him,
saying, but he didn't. But he didn't. I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, he didn't do anything to children that involves children or anything of that nature. And if he's that good with a knife, I'm not fucking with him, dude.
well, and that's what Diane believes
So
is because of what he
I would.
doing.
I would test him.
There's people that are going to test him because
no, you
they
wouldn't.
want if he's that bad, if he's that tough. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I could possibly 90% lose, but I
I would
also,
test it.
I mean, the whole reason why I mean, I've done enough time now. I know the reasoning for testing. I know all that waters, but the money is going to be the reason why he legitimately is going to be tested immediately, and it's all going to come down to finances. The notoriety of it, you got to also understand too that a lot of people overlook the storyline behind being attacked in the penitentiary. The person that does that attack is going to be paid handsomely because it's going to create such a big story out here that people are going to pay for.
Yep.
That all that person that attacks him is asking for is a piece of that pie, so they get some commentary for the next year or two. They get a come up, and legitimately, and Dago, I know this is your show, so I'm going to keep it as PG as I possibly can. But
Do what you got to do, bro.
drug addictions within the penitentiary, somebody slides somebody, give them a gram or two, and dude, they'll do anything. Like, you want that guy over there poked? Okay, give me a gram. I'm good. I'll go do it.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
they also moved Chris Watts to a different facility out of state.
they're going to do that with Brian too.
I think so too. That's what I'm thinking already. Like, if he even makes it to the in-state prison, I think that's already commissioned. You know what I'm
That'd be all
saying?
right.
It's probably already commissioned to be
Richard Allen's still alive, right?
for
I
now.
don't know.
Yeah,
Richard
I think
Allen's
so.
still alive, right?
for as far as we know, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Brian will be fine.
I hope
But
so.
Brian will be fine.
no, and I'm not saying Brian's going to lose any battles.
Unless
All
he's
I'm
paying,
saying,
big bucks, for it, then it may be. But
is the testing factor, and you do have to realize Steve Gonzalez's brother is in the Idaho State Penitentiary on the
And that,
very yard that if Brian had to go to a yard in Idaho, that's where Steve's brother is.
if
I
they, you
even know
think
the
they're going to
cell.
send them to the same prison as far as the conflict of interest, though, AR?
No, yeah, they would never be on the same penitentiary yard. It would
No.
never happen. Brian's going to go to the intake process. He's going to get his DOC number. He'll be shipped complete opposite side of the state
Yeah,
as Gonzalez's brother, and they'll do what's called like a 90-day shift. And what that is they're going to reach out throughout the United States to see if there's another state that has an inmate that needs to be transferred out of that state,
that they do a
and they're
trade.
going to do an inmate for inmate transfer. I don't know,
Yep.
where they would move Brian to, but he's going to go to a better place for him. It's going to be out of Idaho, which I don't want to do time in Idaho, and I'm sure he won't either. He'll go to a
Maybe they'll
better
send them to
facility than what
PA
I
or
know.
PA or something. Who knows? That would be interesting.
Um, yeah, I mean, it just all depends, man. They're not trying to make it a hookup like where they're going
No,
to send you close to your family or anything like that. But there's potential he's going to be somewhere more on the east side of things to where his family would have more options to come see
yeah,
him.
that whole testing thing, Willie, they do that to everybody. I don't care if you're
Yeah,
Brian Koberger or if you're nobody. When you come in, that's what happens.
dude, I got
I'm
tested.
just saying, they're gonna tell if he's fucking 6 whatever. I mean, I find out that this dude took out 4 people with a knife by himself in 6 minutes. I'm not testing him. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but you got to realize there's that 6'8" guy down the hall that's killed 12 inmates already, and he's in there for multi murders, and he doesn't give two
They're not.
cents. You know,
They're not letting a guy who's killed 12 inmates roam around with inmates.
dude, I was
So
housed with one. I
That
was celled with one.
Here's the difference, though. He's not going directly to his home prison. He has to go
Yeah.
to intake first, and he
The
has to get
intake's
his.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, he has to get his, and they bring everybody from all over the state into that one place, that one facility, and they're housed there for a good couple weeks, from my understanding, until they get their numbers right, everything's good to go, and they're settled, and then they put them in their home prison. That's how that works. So anything can happen when you get to that intake facility, because everybody's all mixed in there,
Yeah,
and
he'll
he'll
go
be
to after the
Yeah.
intake. Like I said, he'll do a 90-day ADSEG, which is where they'll be searching out of state. Then he'll be an AGSEG out of state. Typically, for his level of crimes, you're looking at about 10 years in ADSEG until they
Mhm.
drop your they do a outside and an inside score for your
Yeah,
risk factor. They do an
right.
outside risk factor of what you would be if you were to ever get back on the streets, whether you escaped or whatever it might be. So there's a risk score. And then they do an internal risk score of what you're going to be literally on the yard, whether you're going to be the one that people are going to target or whether you're going to be targeting other people. And they're going to
Right.
deem Brian Koberger as the one targeting other people based off of his crimes. They're going to say that he very much has the potential to target other people. And then, especially if they can find something within his mental status that I'm not
Mhm.
saying mental hospital or anything like that, but if he's more aggressive on one day than he is another day where he's got mood swings and they'll take all that into account. But I mean, my best friend of my entire life right now is sitting on death row in Arizona, and he's killed two people on the death row block. So he's 5'6", 140 pounds, and doesn't care 2 cents about who they put around him. I mean, these are just people in the penitentiary. They're sick. They're mentally sick. And Brian Koberger, unfortunately, is going to be around some of those people 24/7, no matter where he goes in the United States. So, you know,
Agreed. Agreed. Absolutely. Did you watch the hearing today, AR?
I did.
Did you what it like? Well, first and foremost, what was your initial take on that? And then I'm going to ask you another question about it. Welcome, Rose. Good to see you tonight.
Um, I had a pretty good feeling he was going to go ahead and lift the dissemination order. I had that feeling, but see where I knew everything was the important stuff's behind the sealed documents, and none of that stuff's going to come out
Mm-hmm.
for forever and a day, and it's all going to be redacted anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So all I see that happened today is Judge Hippler said, "Hey, everybody that has a mouth, you can now flap your gums and say whatever you want about Brian Koberger."
Yeah.
The gag order's lifted, so let the shit talking commence, and we're going to hear more misinformation and BS
Yeah.
coming out for the next time frame of months. That
Yep.
it's going to be sickening. It's going to be sickening.
Until and if he ever unseals anything, people are going to be making up their own narrative to go along with the fact that things were the gag was taken off, and that's going to where
Yeah,
we're
because
going to
his
have.
lawyers are too Yeah, because his
Good.
lawyers are too pussy to come out and talk.
The only thing that I think gets unsealed are things that will be damning towards Brian Koberger. That's really, really sad.
Of course.
But I also know that like what people want to hear and what people need to hear to get some closure to this, including the victims' families, is just not going to be spoken. It's not going to be brought out. We're not going to learn about what Dylan would testify to. We're not going to hear about the whole handling of I mean, this is all going to stay behind closed doors. We'll be able to see like Brian Koberger sitting in the interrogation room in Pennsylvania after his arrest before he asked for a lawyer. Um, it's just going to be basic, just stuff that I just don't think will have any meaning. I just don't see it having any meaning.
Uh,
Right.
who
Right.
knows
Well,
when? Yeah.
congratulations to Mark Schumann. Thank you so much, Daniela, for that. Appreciate that. I have to agree with. I think it was Brian that said, "I'm still hoping that something's going to happen with this," because I can agree with that too. But that was another question I was going to ask you. Did you notice, or did you get any kind of a take out of the fact when the judge asked Ann a question, she said basically refer it to Bicca.
Yeah, she deferred. She's the lead attorney for Brian Koberger, and she completely deferred to the pro bono third seat DNA expert, not trial lawyer. Like, what the hell just happened here? If I was Brian Koberger, I would have stood up right then and there. I know he wasn't in the courtroom; he was on Zoom, and I would have said, "What the hell is this shit?" Like, seriously, what is going
I know,
on
man.
here?
It's like he has no. It's like he has no nuts.
Well, it made me wonder. It made me wonder, you guys. Like I said earlier, maybe he is going to go for ineffective counsel, and that's a plan, and that's why she's deferring.
I could feel that. Like a part of my live that I was doing today that just went completely off the rails. I mean, got derailed completely. But I think there's also the fact that he is being overcharged in that plea agreement to premeditated homicides
Big
on
time.
every count. And I don't think
He
that's
do it.
going to fly. So it's going to be interesting because I was the one that stood up and I was in agreement with everybody saying, man, this no appeal stuff in this plea bargain just throws me for a loop. And I just don't understand it. Like, why would you ever? But then I've started to realize if Judge Hippler is even willing to step to the plate and say, well, I know we're going to have an appeal in this, there's something there. There's something there.
Exactly.
When he said that?
During the hearing.
Yeah. Judge Hippler even cited the case law and everything to the appeal. But I'm going to tell you this. If I'm Brian Koberger, you just got to move on from Ann Taylor. Like, maybe you need to start whispering in Massoff's ear, like,
For
you
real,
need to
dude.
because, I saw Ann Taylor's checked out. Yeah, I felt that even back with the alternative motion hearing, there was no engagement to argue that. It was just like, well, we concede. I concede. And what are you conceding to? This is Brian Koberger's life, and you're right before trial. You don't concede right now. You go full bore. Even if it gets denied, you make your point. And Ann Taylor has made no points in a long time, man.
I started wondering, right. And I started wondering after watching that because, one, she was denied everything. I think Hippler kind of let the air out of her a little bit. I'll put it that way for one. Okay. But two, if she, okay, okay, let's say for instance, he rescinds his plea and says he's changing his plea due to ineffective counsel. Okay. Let's say, I know somebody said earlier, Bick is not death row or death penalty certified, whatever the deal is. I don't know. But if that were to happen, okay, and he decides to go with a new attorney, would that or would that not, if he goes back to trial, that would re-extend the trial, wouldn't it, AR?
Yeah, the minute you appeal based upon the ineffective counsel, it stops. Everything pauses right there. And see, I mean, this is just me. This is the way that
There hasn't been a trial. There needs to be a trial then.
Well, that's what I'm
you
saying.
still have trial, but
trial.
it sets it back because your attorneys have to get brought up to date. But looking back, and I've held it within me, Ann Taylor's lost every motion she's filed, starting with the suppression of evidence to the motion for the Franks hearing to motions in limine. She has won nothing. I don't care what anybody out here that presents content states. Being someone that sat in that defense chair, you haven't done me any justice as a defendant when you can't win a simple motion to get one thing dismissed in a case. One thing. Get one thing dismissed, and I'll feel better. Brian Koberger should have fired Ann Taylor after the motions in limine hearing. He should have just stood up and said, look, this is not going my way. These arguments are not being presented correctly. I haven't won a damn thing right now, and my life is on line, and I'm taking this to trial, and I'm fighting this.
Right.
I need new counsel. And look, Nassoff is death penalty certified.
Well,
And in any case of death penalty, if they have to, they'll reach outside of the boundaries of Idaho to go get death penalty certified. They have to have it. Like they have to have it.
right. And here, like, I don't know if you just saw what Miss Potts just said, that she thinks it's possible that Bicca might possibly take him on pro bono. Well, okay. And if Massoff decides to stay on board, and maybe they work together, Massoff is death penalty it could work out in that sense. That would be interesting.
But
Considering that the when they tried to get the extension on the trial, that was denied. That could have been where this plan went into effect, because there's no way to give him a fair trial. There's no way they went through all 64 terabytes of that evidence. She said herself that it would take 3 years to go through it all. And being that they were denied that, maybe that was the whole plan.
I just think this is the worst route to take. If that is the case, if Ann Taylor shut it down and said, "Look, I can't win," and she's sitting with Brian Koberger in one of the stupid rooms talking, Brian Koberger should have stood up and said, "Well, I'm not saying I'm guilty of this. Like, I'm not saying I did this
Right.
to try to
For
get.
real.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up in the middle of the courtroom and I'm going to fire you. Like, I'm getting rid of you because now he's guilty, guys. Like
Yeah.
he pled guilty. The
Right.
guilty plea was accepted. He's convicted of these crimes. This is the same position as if he had went to trial and lost and the jury found him guilty. And now he's just waiting for sentencing. So now to get out of this debacle, you're telling me the whole plan was your lead attorney is struggling so badly to overcome anything that you're just going to go ahead and stand up and say you did it, get the death penalty off the table, get the convictions, and then try to appeal it? That takes 20 years. Like he's not going to get his appeal heard anytime soon.
Right.
Such a dumb move.
Dude, I mean, I just fire her. Like, even right now, stop everything, Brian. Do the right thing. Stand at the sentencing before the impact statements of the victims and say,
That's what I'm
look,
saying, dude. Like, if you didn't do this shit, stand up for yourself. Like, what? Like, it just seems like he's being being led along like a dog by Anne or whoever to like just do whatever it's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like, I don't know. Like, he's not standing up for himself, dude.
It's the absolute dumbest plea deal I've ever seen in my life. Yes.
And that's why
like, yes, no, let's say something, bro.
If I could get any type of experience-based like knowledge to Brian, it's like, let me give you a little bit of advice, but it's not really good advice. It's just advice. Fire Ann Taylor at the sentencing hearing, make a big debacle, say, look, man, my lawyer literally came in to the room with me and said she can't win. And I was going to get put to death.
Yep.
I didn't know what to do.
That's the answer right there, bro.
Plea bargain to save my life because my mom wants me around for a while sounded like the route to go. And now, you know what? I didn't do this. I want to fire that woman and I want to take this to trial. I want to see the full gamut of evidence against me.
There you go.
Exactly.
I mean,
and before fucking I plea, I'm going to ask for the judge to go. I'm going to, if I don't like with the judge, I'm trying everything. I'm going to exhaust everything in my power in the legal fucking handbook before I plead guilty. That is wild, to a quadruple homicide. Not the fucking, manslaughter or something. Right. Like, Jesus Christ.
Agreed. Dockett just said it bothers me that he gave up his constitutional right to a speedy trial so that his counsel could have the time they need to provide him effective defense, and then to be denied the
Well, that was
continuance.
Anne fucking him, though.
That's insane to me.
Because Anne
Well,
then she gave the state how much more time to get together a whole bunch of bullshit that they supposedly dumped on her head. Where if this would have went to a fast, speedy trial, and Brian was still all jacked up of I'm eager to be exonerated, and she was still all jacked up on Your Honor, Brian is innocent, then hey, maybe he would have, he could have walked, but she played
let
it
me
like shit. Here we are.
let me just kind of open your minds to a thought that I've had, and I've had it for a long time, guys. I've had it for a very
Congratulations,
long time.
Cassie. Happy day anniversary. 24 months. That's awesome.
That
Go ahead,
is
Dave.
amazing. That's amazing.
Absolutely. Go ahead, bud. Sorry.
I think standing silent, which had to have come, in my opinion, from Ann Taylor,
Agreed.
because she was going to probably try to utilize that like she did to go after the grand jury, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was stupid. Like,
Exactly.
absolutely stupid. I think Brian Koberger should have stood up right before everybody in the courtroom and said, I did not do this. I'm innocent.
Yep.
Like, I plead not guilty. Let's get on with this speedy trial because I don't think you got anything. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you have anything.
And nobody didn't convince me to waive that shit or anything. So that's why I just feel like he's been led like a,
Right.
like as a leash on.
Well,
And he's got a good point, too. The state would have had 6 weeks to get ready for trial. She gave them months by waiving the speedy trial, sadly. And that's a good point, Annie. It really is. It's insane.
well, you got to think about it at the end of the day, too.
Yeah.
If he's stuck with the speedy trial stuff and just sat and he just kind of patted his fingers on the table, the prosecution would have buckled. They didn't have nothing.
Nothing.
They didn't have nothing. They didn't even have the rulings yet
Right.
How do
stating
we
that
know
the
they had
FBI
nothing?
didn't have to turn over the DNA, like the whole path of the DNA and how they got to it. That was still an argument. So that whole tip debacle on the DNA wouldn't have been in effect.
Yeah.
I get it. A quick and speedy trial is difficult, guys. Like for a defendant, it's not easy to swallow. Like, I've been arrested, I'm sitting in jail. A quick and speedy trial might leave some opportunity for me to defend myself out in left field, and I'm not sure how I'm going to overcome that.
Uh-huh.
But damn, dude, like, the prosecution didn't have nothing. They still don't.
So I'm saying I hate jail. I want to be out of here in 6 weeks instead of fucking 2.5 years. And let's go.
Yeah.
I honestly think, guys, it's just a thought that I have. If he had stood fast, if he had pled not guilty to start, and he held on to his quick and speedy trial,
He'd be free right
think
now.
the state would have dropped charges to bring charges up later so that they could have tried to figure out their gamut of the story they were going to tell. And you have to realize, like by Ann Taylor allowing him to waive that and it to go to the grand jury and the whole path that it took, the extra time to take, the prosecution didn't prove their case via any evidence. The mainstream media finalized the guilt to Brian Koberger through
Right.
the BS narratives that were presented each and every single day to the masses.
Yep.
That would have never materialized if he had just steadfast.
That's what I was
a
just
hard
gonna
thing
say.
to do, guys. Like I'm talking as if, oh, this is the easiest decision to make. You never waive your speedy, dude. Just about 90% of everybody waives their speedy trial. It's common. It's common. But what
Dockett
was
has
Ann
a good point,
Taylor?
too. Dockett just said, I don't think Ann had a choice when it came to the speedy trial. Once they added the death penalty, that she had to tell him she could not do her due diligence, but I think it was a mistake. But hindsight's 2022. That's a good point, too, Dockett. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
but she didn't do her due diligence. He's
Right.
in no better of a position right now than if he had gone to speedy trial and had every appeal in his back pocket if he lost.
I think she panicked. I think she panicked, you guys. That's what I think happened.
Dude, I'll take the death penalty with all of my appeals in my back pocket, meaning I could argue everything the judge ruled upon. I can argue the investigation. I can argue every detail of the case. Give me the death penalty. Give me my appeals before I give 4
God forbid
life
new evidence
sentences.
comes forward, a retrial.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Jesus. I mean, the
it
shit.
leaves the door open for so much fucking shit to happen. He just basically closed the door on like 99% of shit. Just
Right.
crazy. It's just it doesn't make sense, dude. If you truly didn't do this,
Ann Taylor should have recused herself when her mother passed.
Yeah.
You saw the change in Ann Taylor when her mother passed.
Oh, big
Even
time. I
tearing up, crying in the courtroom. She cried in the courtroom. When
Yeah,
I
that
was there
hearing.
at court, Ann Taylor was emotionally devastated. Her mother had
Yeah.
just died.
You could see that she had just buried her mother a few days before that, and you could see the difference in her during that hearing. And then I found out afterwards that that's what happened. And I gotta wonder, like I said, if she was drained. If that, between that and the way Hitler was, it let the air out of her, and that was it. You know what I mean?
She didn't even argue. Like, she didn't throw a fit when one
Nope.
of her main expert witnesses got called a conspiracy theorist by the judge. You don't say anything to that? You don't
Yeah.
she
Cyrene?
hasn't raised her voice one time.
Yeah, I guess I just want a lawyer that's willing to stand up and say something.
Right?
Shit, I get that.
And say
Whatever
with
it's
some fucking
called.
authority.
Yeah, I mean, put your balls on the table. Let's go.
Say with your chest.
Well,
That
I
could be
mean,
it too, Docket. If it was a mistake, I agree it was a mistake, but I think her death penalty certification mandates her to handle things like that in a certain way. And that's what I was thinking is there's probably a protocol that goes along with that, and you can only do it certain ways. That's what
yeah,
I
I'm
was.
sure there is, but that doesn't mean Brian Koberger has to make the decision to waive his speedy rights. That's his decision, not hers. That's his. Brian Koberger at that point can put his foot down and say, I'm overruling my attorney. She has educated me on everything about what I could potentially be facing if I do this. I don't care. I didn't commit this crime. We're going to trial in 6 weeks. Let's do it.
Yeah.
There's nothing anybody could do at that point. You can't stop the train. Let it go.
Right.
I
Exactly.
mean, I just know you put my life on the line. Dude, I had an explosive outburst in the courtroom over a felony 3 burglary charge that got me contempt of court and some time in the hole and all kinds of stuff. I got to ride in the little wheelchair with the face mask to court the next week. It's because you have to, my life wasn't even on the line. Brian's life was on the line. What the hell were people doing?
Right.
Like, say something. Or Brian, you need to step up and just fire their butts, man. Just step up and defend yourself. Nobody else is gonna do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
I'm hoping that one of two things happens. Either that whole, ineffective counsel scenario goes down, or something. Oh, I didn't even see you there, Sarge. Welcome, Sarge. Or sorry about making you wait back there, buddy.
No, I'm good.
Or
I've been
shit,
left
Fucking
out
left him
before.
back there.
something else goes down with it, but it was interesting to see that stuff happen the way it did. How are you today, Sarge?
Wasn't even throwing coins at me. I'm just sitting back there like a bump on a log.
How long were you back there?
Yeah, what the fuck?
About 30 seconds.
Oh, whatever. Welcome.
What up,
Good to see you.
convict Willie?
What's going
What
on,
up?
Sarge?
I combined the names. I had to try it, and it worked.
Convict Willie.
Convict Willie.
It's like Steamboat Willie.
He's got the muscles of a hard worked out convict. I'm just this little guy over here. So
It tells
I'll
you he
stay
spent a lot of
behind.
time in prison. See, that's what that. He's got that muscle workout from
Not me.
the army.
Not me. I only been to jail. That's all.
Oh man,
Never prison. Fuck that.
lightweight. No, same with me. I've never been to state prison
No,
or federal
I'm
prison.
good. I'm good.
I committed a crime that qualified me for federal prison, but the feds chose not to
Yeah.
pick it up.
That's a good thing.
Hey, I've been to Cupcake Land, like Steve G presented as. I've been to Cupcake Land.
Why isn't he
Okay.
out asking for his brother to be shot dead?
It's a good question.
A life for a life. Yeah. You know, this is contrary to I think what maybe most of you have been talking about, but I don't argue that the kid didn't do it, and I won't argue that. I want to see the sealed data and the things that we aren't able to know and haven't
Right.
been able to know.
Right.
Because you have to leave the door open so that there is something in there that you know puts the guy in the jackpot.
A possibility, of course.
Well, it's a raving possibility if he, to try to understand why he would surrender his total life to a prison. I expect and hope to see in the sealed proceedings and all of this stuff that we aren't able to view something in there that would even prompt an average person to say, okay, I don't want to die.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the kid did fully admit he did it. Could he have been coerced? Sure. Could he have been trapped? Sure. Did these guys lie? Sure. Did they cheat? Yeah. Did they steal? Sure. I'm not denying any of that, but you still have to consider that, 4 life sentences isn't 30 days in the county lockup, right?
I know.
Yeah.
No, that's a long vacation with no end.
So, like, I'll ask you guys each answer this question. All right, each of you. What are you doing with the rest of your lives? You're going to say, I don't know, but Brian knows about his, right?
Not sitting in fucking prison.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you're a dad, right there, Willie?
Yep.
Yep. My daughter's 25 now. So, yeah. I mean, what am I going to do the rest
I got
of my
shit
life?
to do. Yeah, I got shit. Yeah.
Right.
And so if he just found solitude and he was like, hey, this is better than fucking the outside. I mean, he got no kids, nothing like that. Who knows? I mean, that's the only thing I can think of, to just throw it all away.
Either that or he sees the inevitable. They're never going to let this guy out of jail no matter what he does. He could come to that conclusion. I don't deny that. Or he knows he did the crime and he's going to admit it and take and save himself from the death penalty, and he could be a bookworm the rest of his life, right?
It could be. Can you hear me, Miss Potts?
Well, hello, gentlemen.
There she is. Okay.
Oh, shit. It's Annie. What up, Annie?
You're in trouble now, guys.
What up?
Uh-oh.
In trouble.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Bring it.
Good. So we got all the good, the smart peeps in the house.
What are you, in the car?
Dago, you sound far away, though. Dago sounds far away to me.
You sound like you're in a fucking car.
Fine,
how about now?
I am in my car. That's why, motherfucker, I'm in my car.
Well.
Easy now. You're going to start to sound like Ashley. Stop talking that way now, Miss Potts.
Damn.
Good God. Did you hear that? Did you see that today, by the way?
What?
Banfield?
The Ashley Banfield bullshit?
Yeah.
No, what
I mean, not going to lie, I like her more on her podcast than I do on News Nation.
Yeah, but that was some sick shit today. Tell me it wasn't. Or yesterday.
What did she do?
Well, the thing that made me piss me off.
I don't mind her cursing. It's saying about him getting shanked in there is what I was like, what the hell?
Because I think I can speak for most everybody when I say that I hope that he gets shanked when he's in prison. And I was like, what did you just say? Good God, you dumb ass. What an ignorant person. But yeah.
Well, listen, I did agree with her, though. I did agree with her when she was like, holy shit, people, stop threatening the court staff. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, she got pretty wrong. I don't give a fuck about Brian's security and safety. And what the fuck is wrong with you people? And that's bullshit. And blah, blah, blah. I was like,
yeah.
Okay. Jesus.
You know what, though? I'm here for it. I actually like this side of Banfield, and I don't like her. But I'm here for Banfield losing her shit on her podcast. Like, I'm here for it. I don't know about anybody else, but that's pure fucking entertainment for me. So I love it.
It just pissed me off when she made that statement about him getting shanked. That was like, what if his parents were watching that or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's ignorant. That's too much.
Let's take it on face value. He did it, right? That's what he's telling us. So why?
That's what I'm saying. He pled. So it's like
he gets shanked.
It just doesn't make any fucking sense, man.
Hey, Randy.
And then you're gonna let the family stand up and scream at you in fucking court like that? Ugh.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you? I mean, does anybody? I heard AR.
Just that in itself, dude, makes me feel some type of way I can never plead to someone into like that.
Do you think? Do you
It
think
made me feel it made me feel some type of way that this is one big sausage fest up in this motherfucker. Where's all of the ladies at? Like, am I the only female who's willing to pop up here?
No. If you were
what
actually
happened?
if you were actually here earlier, you would have seen that there was a chick up here, and actually there was a few chicks up here, but your ass wasn't here, was
I
it?
was working. I was working.
Oh, okay.
I was working.
But yes, we had some women here. Annie.
All right. Well, I mean,
It's
that's
you and
good to
4
know.
men. What's the problem?
Reality.
I mean,
think,
nothing.
yeah,
I'm just saying, it's a damn sausage fest up in her. I was like, why is it all
I'm just
dudes
fucking
up
with
on
Annie.
this panel? Let me go.
We
Let
ain't
me
crossing
go
sports.
throw my spice in.
No, you can handle us. If anybody in
Why
here,
doesn't your avatar have a picture of you in it, Miss Potts?
Because
fuck it.
nobody wants to see a picture of me. Trust me, the ballerina skeleton is better.
A what? No, we've seen some pictures of you. You need to put it in your avatar.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
So what do you think? You think Mr. Kohlberger is telling the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help him whoever he prays to?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Amen.
But I also don't think he's not guilty either.
Hold on.
There you go.
I've never
I think
really...
he lied. I think that Brian Koberger, if you want my honest opinion, I have already told everybody I'm not going to talk about it anymore on my channel.
Gotcha.
I don't mind talking about it and having conversations with people, but I'm really not covering Koberger anymore on my channel unless something big happens or we get some really juicy docs that I've been waiting to get unsealed, right?
Yes.
Right.
But if you want my honest opinion, I think that Koberger lied to his attorney, and he lied to them for a very long time about maybe who he was with and what he was doing.
Okay.
And I think that that information, whether it's with some of these last discovery requests, whether it's with their own investigation into alt perps, whether it's what their own experts are telling them regarding the crime scene and multiple perps and multiple weapons, I'm just of the opinion that there's whatever it is that they know about, that he knows about, and that the state knows about, it would appear, in my opinion, they all have a vested interest to protect that thing. And to make sure that that thing isn't known to anybody, whatever that thing is.
Right.
It's like the big elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about, and they're all just fine with never talking about it.
Mm-hmm. That makes perfect sense. It does.
I also am
And Brian just goes away forever. That's crazy.
I think there's something about Brian that we're not being shared to. I think Brian was on the FBI's radar long before he ever moved him out to Idaho or Washington.
Yeah.
His name came up for a reason, and we're probably never going to know it unless someone leaks it. I bet you
I think a lot of what the case is. Well, right. I think, now that hindsight is 2020 and we've gotten to hear a lot and see a lot and read a lot, on the court record, it's blatantly obvious, in my opinion. It wasn't like Moscow Police Department and Idaho State Police that solved this crime. It was the FBI that solved the crime. And the way that they solved it is by violating their rights, our rights, their oaths, in order to do it. And then what happened was, well, now the state and Moscow and ISP, it's got to look like that they're the ones who solved it, because the FBI just backdoored everything and did it super quick with all of their little back doors.
Mm-hmm.
That they, this is why Othram, you can stop your work. We already got this shit.
Yep.
They already knew, before December 10th. By December 10th, when they're telling Othram,
they never stopped their work. Othram never stopped their work. They were, in fact, the exact lab that the FBI used. When they told Othram, when we're being, okay, so here's what I think.
But
there
the
is
point
something
that I'm
that
getting
convicts
at
this
is the
kid.
FBI had already backdoored the DNA. Do you understand? They literally put it into databases they're barred from, and they got their answer. And by December 10th, it's like, don't worry, we're done. We got this shit. Because they backdoored the DNA. They're not going to wait months for Othram to figure that shit out. They just backdoored it.
What you're missing, Miss Potts, is when they took over the case, they got Othram. The owners of that company went through those databases they're prohibited from as a third party. They went into public databases that the FBI is prohibited from as a third party, not as the FBI. And that was under the direction of the FBI. Othram never stepped away from this. So look, but there had to be a reason for them to seek out. There had to be a reason for them to seek out Brian Koberger. There's something about this kid we don't know.
Well, what if what you've been saying, Sarge? Because I caught that and thought about it a while back. But Brian does computer cloud forensics, right? Okay.
Yeah.
What if he was on the computer doing some things back in the day, and he came up on the FBI's, watch list, and go from there? Just saying.
Well, his parents had to testify in a different homicide, which may have nothing to do with Brian, or it may have everything to do with Brian. We don't know. There are things in this case that can give you the perspective that Brian, in fact, may be guilty of involvement in this crime. And the thing is, to believe that he can't be is the real danger for most of us. We believe things rather than think.
He didn't do it. He didn't do it by himself. Period.
No, in a way, Willie, you can't know that.
I don't think.
Oh, yes, I can.
You can't.
It's called physics. Yes, I can.
Well, it's not called physics, Willie.
Well, the forensic
yes, it is. Yes, it is called physics.
The actual forensic
and gravity
that's on the court doc. The court docs dictate that he obviously didn't act alone. There's multiple other unknown men that were bleeding in the crime scene.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
But they don't matter. That's wild.
I guess the point that I was getting at, though, is that it would appear that the defense and the state both have a vested interest in making sure that whatever this thing is that everybody needs to be so secretive about and nobody can know about, both sides have agreed, including the defendant, that thing, even the defendant doesn't want it to be known. Do you understand?
Right.
Yeah.
Where I'm going with this, like there's clearly an elephant in the room that we don't know about, but they do.
Right.
Yeah. He kept the file sealed and shit.
Well, because Brian did challenge multiple things about that could have gone public and did not want them to. So that makes a lot of sense.
I think in those areas, Dago, the lawyer provided ineffective counsel.
Okay.
Completely ineffective counsel when she acquiesced to Judge Hippler telling them to sit down and decide what you're going to call it, but you're not going to you couldn't bring in the FBI and the IGG. To me,
right.
You can't have the FBI be involved and do actual investigative work and then claim that the result they got is a simple tip like some asshole on the street saw some white car drive by.
Yeah.
That's a tip. A tip isn't investigative work in a laboratory.
But it's not a tip when you pretended that the DNA is your own and uploaded it to a database you're barred from.
Right, exactly.
That's not a tip you can use.
Right. So my point is that there is ineffective counsel, but there's got to be something in these sealed hearings that are either going to expose the FBI's corruption and the state's corruption, or there's going to be something detrimental to Brian's involvement in this crime.
That's the only way it can go, in my opinion.
Or it's both. Or it's actually multiple things.
Yeah, that's a good point. Could be both. Yeah, I've always said that. Yeah,
but wasn't the defense the one fighting? Wasn't the defense the one fighting today for this gag order to stay?
Yeah.
So what the hell?
She said that it was detrimental to it to stay, which I don't understand what a few days is going to mean anyway. But whatever. That they keep it because it's dangerous right now to remove it for Brian, the court staff, his family, things like that, because of how wild the case is and the circus it's become. Well, what the hell is 3 days?
What's weird to me is that you have them talking about it needs to stay in place until sentencing because of threats, danger, whatever. right? Okay, fine. All of these things that you're saying, let's just say that they're true, that what the defense is claiming, right? Threats. Air quote threats, air quote danger. You are not in any more extra danger by the gag order being lifted because, just like Hitler said, you are under no obligation to answer any fucking media. Should they call you, email you, you can literally just say no comment, and that's what you have a secretary or a paralegal or someone for to field all of those calls and those emails and just say no comment.
See, that's what
there is no extra danger if no one's talking. You understand?
Right.
They're going to gag themselves. They're going to gag themselves willingly.
Exactly. And see, that's what made me wonder if there was a different meaning behind that, Miss Potts. It's like, is there something else that is going to happen at sentencing that they had to wait for that for? You know what I'm saying? That not necessarily.
I have no idea. I just know that they're going to gag themselves.
Listen, I honestly think that the gag order normally.
What are they going to do? Stand on their tables and protest?
No, Willie, that ain't what I mean. But
no, they will literally. They could literally just say no comment for the next fucking 10 years if that's what they want to do. They are under no obligation to answer any questions from anyone.
It doesn't seem like they want to, based on their tone
Correct.
today.
They don't.
Yeah. Right. No, I
would you do you want to, if you're Brian's defense attorney? Well, I'm just saying, if you're his defense attorney, do you want to answer any of the questions that any of us have?
Nope. Hell no.
No, probably not.
I wouldn't.
That's where the death threats are probably coming into effect too. Why, you didn't save him, you let him die, blah, 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 whatever they're going to say. But they're probably being stacked all over the place with threats. I imagine probably more than him. So, yeah, I can agree that that's probably
just look at it as a weak argument, like threats and blah, 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 because A, you're not under any extra danger. B, you still have the right to just say no comment.
Yep.
You don't have to answer anything.
Well, did he lift it?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But he did. But everything's staying sealed anyway, Sarge. So it's not going to make a damn difference. Nothing of any importance is going to be released. And he said that he will. He says he will very slowly and at his own pace unseal certain things as he sees fit. Well, that could take 6 years. Who knows?
It could take ever.
The
That's the key to this case. Whatever is sealed and been hidden from us is where the answers lie.
Yeah, of course.
He did actually. Yeah, he did actually say that he would unseal some stuff.
Yeah,
if you re-listen to him again. But whatever he's going to unseal at this point, it's not going to be worth shit anyway.
It's stuff we already know, Randy. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
what exactly.
Shit that we weren't supposed to know that was leaked to us, and everything else is going to stay zipped up until, like I said, like the JFK files. We'll never see it, at least in my opinion.
Well, I think
we'll probably all
the
be
information that's sealed is in the possession of the defendant. Throughout the entire timeline of this, anything that's being used or any hearing he's a part of, whether he's present or not, that data is available and given to him.
Yeah,
for his lawyer to examine and review, which is his representative. Brian should have all of the availability to that and should be able to release any. I don't know if that he would, but I'm saying that would be the essence of where your sealed information is. It rests with him.
Right. And see, that's another thing though, Sarge, and that's already been made a point. Brian, there's a lot of this stuff that Brian doesn't want out there. And there's a lot of other things that were in the past that they talked about that for whatever reason, he don't want it out there. And it does make you wonder.
That's suspicious. I mean, that's just another brick in the wall against him.
All right.
Yep.
Right. I mean, if this guy was coerced, he should be like eager to put all that information forward and make that statement, because nothing prevents him from doing that.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. AR, you still here, brother? What do you think?
I agree with you guys across the board. It's great, to Miss Potts. It's good to see you. It's been a while, Randy. It's good to see you. It's been a while.
AR, oh my God, you're still here. Hello, holy shit. How are you feeling?
I'm doing well. I appreciate it. Yeah, my mouth has been running.
I thought you dropped down. Sorry, I can't even see all my windows.
He's up in the top right corner, right diagonal to you, dear.
And there should be FOIA requests and all kinds of
who's
pushes
on the
against
left?
this court.
Well, yeah, the opposite side. Well, that's fine. He already
Randy.
Hitler brought up the FOIA request thing today. He said, I'm trying to remember his exact words, but
they would all be denied.
Yeah, don't even bother because they're all going to be denied. So there you go.
Well, then you're going to get news outlets. They're going to start suing that town. He's creating more of a hassle for himself than he even knows.
What I think's going to happen, it's what has already happened in the past, is that MSM is going to create their own bullshit, or other people are going to create their own bullshit to put out, and we're going to be in an even bigger hole with the circus shit. So that's going to happen because if
once he sentenced.
What'd you say?
Once he sentenced, it's done.
Yeah, that's the end of it. From that point on, yeah, we're
not
going to hear anything else.
Once everybody wakes up next day, I don't know what they expect.
Wait, so how's the AR feeling? Where'd he go? Well, how many people are up here?
There's only
What's
6
happening?
9.
There's only 6.
There's 9.
Willie. Stop.
He's lying to you, Ms.
So
Potts.
okay, so sorry. Okay, wait. I think, all right. So obviously, Willie, where's AR? Who's on the left?
He's right
That's
next to
me.
Willie. That's Randy.
That's Randy.
That's Dinky.
That's not Willie. Shut up.
What did he say? What did he call me?
Dinky. That's Dinky.
He's trying to mess with her. No, Dinky's not up here. And listen, I'll tell you. It's Willie's above you. I'm next to Willie. Randy's below me. You're underneath Willie. Sarge is next to you on the other side, and AR's up in the top corner.
You're surrounded.
Oh, okay. So it's Sarge. Okay, Sarge and Randy are the other two, and AR's. I'm sorry. Okay. Hi guys. How you doing? Holy shit! I didn't realize there's this many people up here.
It's not that many.
Yep.
And you're running the whole thing, Ms. Potts.
I'm what?
You're the boss up here.
You're running the whole thing.
No, I'm not. No, I just got wicked lost
you're on
for
the
a second.
goddamn
I'm
delay.
like, who's talking? Who is that voice? Why are there 5 different voices?
That's okay. So, all right.
I'm sorry.
So AR, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen with these documents and Hitler getting all fussy poo about keeping everything? Oh, well, if it's already sealed, we're probably going to keep it sealed, or maybe it'll be redacted, or maybe we'll unseal some things. What do you think this bullshit is?
I think that he's going to cherry pick what he'll let out, and everything else gets buried and will just stay sealed until the end of time. And then all of the YouTube creation world will just keep talking crap.
That's a crazy shit. I thought he was the Mr. Unseal.
And anything unsealed is going to be half-ass redacted anyway.
Yeah.
Black line.
Oh, it's going to be heavily redacted.
Yeah, a lot of black lines.
And what the fuck? Hey, did any of you catch, what in the actual shit was he talking about when he said anything to do with the minors involved? That obviously would still be sealed or their names redacted. What fucking minors is he referring to?
Yeah, I looked at my wife. I looked at my wife at that point, and I said, "Now there's the problem. If that's a legitimate statement, which I don't know if it is, I don't want to throw that on anybody. But if there's something minor involved with anything within this, that's why everything's sealed, redacted, hidden.
Yep.
There's a major problem here, and it's a much bigger scale than a quadruple homicide.
It's like the big elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about, and everybody agrees they're not going to talk about, and they're just going to pretend it doesn't exist.
I think he slipped when he said that too, because the way he looked after he said it, I think he didn't want to say it. I don't know if it is it related to Kaylee's brothers and sisters, or I don't know.
What I was wondering. That's why I was asking AR, because I thought maybe with a lot of his court experience and stuff, maybe if this would be related to some of the victims' family members that are minors. But
he
was
said
just
it
the
right
way that
after
he
the
said
victims.
it.
He said it right after.
It was just. It was just kind of
minors,
the way he worded it that confused me.
Yeah, to be honest with you, that That's a big slip up by this judge, because there's no reason why that should have been slipped in if it doesn't play some sort of part
Right.
within the reason why things are not being opened and unsealed. And there's something in there, and I think everybody's
Minor.
nailing it on the head. The beast is behind the sealing of these documents. What everybody's craving is behind the sealing of these documents that legitimately is going to be a negative towards Brian Koberger. So far, we've heard the flailing of the mainstream media narratives that we can all call BS on, but there's something within this that is not BS, and I don't even want to put out there what I think it could potentially be, because I have no idea. But I know he pled guilty very, very fast, taking a plea bargain for forever and a day to never come home. And that was a switch in a heartbeat from I'm innocent, I'm taking this to trial, to, okay, I'll just go sit in prison the rest of my life and have everybody say that they're going to shank me.
And Aubrey is 18 now, by the way, so she's not a minor, and I don't know if there's any other siblings or not as far as the other victims go that I know that are younger, but that one is the only one I knew of, and that was Aubrey, Kaylee's younger sister. She's 18 now, so that wouldn't, unless there's.
I just didn't know if maybe like one of the things Hitler was referring to is, say, for example, if for some reason somewhere in their exhibits or anything they've turned over that's sealed, there's like police interviews with minor siblings or something like that, that maybe, you know what I mean, where that would obviously, you would expect that to be redacted. It doesn't need to be sealed. Like this whole sealed thing bothers me, because all you have to do is redact out the names, date of birth, you know, things like that. I mean, other than that, you know what's interesting? We have a right to know. The families have a right to know. A lot of people say we don't have a right to know, but in fact, the public has a right to know. It is our federal tax dollars that fund the FBI, who did most of the work in this case. We are entitled to see their work. We are entitled to see the work of a local, state, federal law enforcement, no matter who they're bringing charges against.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Steve's probably pissed.
So, that's
what he is.
Here's a new, brand new interview, Mr. Steve Gonsalves.
Oh, is this a TMZ?
No. This
is about the
other trash. Hold on a minute.
They're also sealed.
Oh, Trashly. Oh my God, not this.
It just came out 12 minutes ago.
12 minutes?
Yes, 12 minutes ago.
Ooh. Is this her channel again? Yeah.
So she's probably going to be slinging all sorts of words. I figured I'd throw it in here for you guys. If you want to watch it, say yes. If not, let me know.
Yes. Yes.
If Steve's talking, I want to see if he's mad.
Oh, I know he's mad, especially now.
By the documents, because it's bullshit.
All right, then. Let's see what we got here.
Well, let me say this first. Documents are often sealed to the point of medical records, identities, businesses' names, but the meat of what the information is generally not sealed. So witness X saw Mr. Koberger exit, blah, 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 blah. And they don't mention the business. So I think over time, most of what's sealed, a lot of that information of specific related to the case without names, will probably become available to the public. And this isn't national security. This isn't like, the country's going to get nuked if people tell you what Brian did.
Right. And that's how he treats it. If you remember at some point, guys, not too long ago, he said he wanted everything unsealed. Well, that didn't happen.
That's why I called him Mr. Unsealed, because and now all of a sudden, we can't unseal it. Fuck you.
Well, I'm curious what he saw that made him start resealing things and wanting to keep things sealed. That's what I'm saying.
This case has Hitler's sealed more stuff than what did I hear today? More than any case in Iowa's history or something like that. He's
Idaho, he has.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but what they're basically saying is Hitler has sealed more shit in this case than anybody else ever.
More than Ziploc, my friend. Way more than Ziploc.
Yeah.
All right,
that has to be a reason.
Trash
let's-
Mouth and Mr. Gonsalves have to say, hey, Kim, good to see you.
Trashley Bitchfield.
I'm Ashley Banfield, and this is Drop Dead Serious. You've probably heard, if you follow the Idaho quadruple murder case, that the judge in the case made a big decision this morning, and that is to lift the gag order. Hallelujah. 2.5 years we've been under that suffocating order, right? Which has kept not only you, the public, and the media, who is the conduit to you, but also the families of the victims from ever really knowing what happened to their loved ones, what happened to their kids, their sister, their brother. I mean, they have been in excruciating pain trying to find out answers about this horrendous case because it is just so confounding. Who does what Brian Koberger did? Who does this and why? They are still mystified. And here's what the judge's order really means. It means that people associated with the case are no longer prevented from speaking about it. Doesn't mean they're gonna. I've made many, many phone calls today. My team has called the coroner. We've called the police. We've called associates who've been involved in the
I'll bet
investigation.
they have.
Denied all sorts of interviews. It may be because they hate us, but it also may be because they don't want to speak until the sentencing is over next week. Even though the judge told them today they can.
They're still not going to talk to you.
What hasn't happened, that is really the crux of this non-dissemination order, is the roughly 250 motions that have been filed in this Idaho courtroom under seal remain under seal for now. Every single one of them effectively needs to be treated separately. Some of them need to be unsealed only through a Freedom of Information Act and then a court action. They have to be redacted because, let's be frank, you and I do not have the right to everything, okay? There is dignity in death, even though there's basically none. We do need to offer dignity to the victims of this horrendous crime. Kaylee and Maddie and Xana and Ethan deserve that, as do their families. It was awful what happened to them. And you and I don't have the right to see it all. We don't have the right
Can't
to
skip right to Steve's interview.
to be privy to everything.
Yeah, it's leading up to it right now. She's about to bring him on in about, right about here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Decision today that the gag order will be lifted, but the motions won't be unsealed. Not yet, anyway.
You know, we requested for basically Kaylee, what happened to Kaylee. So I know her sisters want to do a victim statement and address the exacts, some of the things that happened to her. And they basically wouldn't share any information with us on, what happened to her. So I'm pretty used to how ridiculous
So he's saying that he doesn't even know what happened to her?
Yeah.
What?
But everybody's been taking some shit he says as gospel. Amazing, huh?
54 times her face was smashed in, blah, 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 blah.
So is all that stuff that
She
he's
was
been
pu-
putting
she
out
was
there
punched.
just bullshit?
This fucking guy. I want to
What
wipe my
the
ass.
hell? Okay, anyway, sorry to interrupt. Fucking
I'm
insane.
serious, man. Give me that hat so I can wipe my ass with it and slap him in the face with it. Fucking guy.
not just a gag order, but sealing something that has nothing to do with the victims' rights. It's all about, hate to say it, but it is a lot to do with the media and people being put on cameras and not knowing what to say, or things coming out that they didn't mean to say, or just didn't have a good explanation of what was going on. So they wrap this seal thing around trying to pretend like.
And he must have lost service.
So he's talking about himself right there. That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what he described word for word.
Absolutely. That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, gee, wow. Okay.
People talking out their ass and they don't want to expose them. And
Trying to protect people and doing all that, but they gave out people's initials at the very beginning. So it's just a dog and pony show that we're supposed to pretend like, like there's top secret information inside these docs. It's pretty gross, and we're fed up with it, and we're glad that it's over. And we just, you only got one time to be a victim's advocate and say what you need to say and to address the courtroom and everyone in Idaho. and they're not gonna let us know exactly what happened. So it's just terrible. You're gonna go in.
How do you withhold a situation like this from the
Well,
family?
because
they
they're
don't give a
above the law.
shit about the families.
They're above the law. The entire judicial system is not purveyors and enforcers of. They are
They
above.
knocked down they knocked down the place where these kids drew their last breath, right? And the parents wanted it to stay up. They didn't even consult with the parents about taking this plea deal, and
No,
now he's asking just what happened to my daughter, and he's being rejected. What kind of fucking case is this, dude?
what is going on with this? Like, I thought that families always know autopsy results and what happened to the victims and so on and so forth. Like, why is everything with this case being completely buried?
So secretive.
It's ridiculous. I mean,
It's
even
crazy.
the families.
Yeah, I mean the families should know. Like I'd like to know how my daughter died.
Right? 3
Been through
years
this
later,
whole thing, and it's just like, and then when they get that information, if they so choose to discuss it
so
after the
wait,
case,
Wasn't
then
there?
that's
There
up to them. But
wait a
man,
second.
not to
How
let
do we
them
know?
know.
How do we know how all these kids died?
We
Well, we
don't.
don't. They were
You
stabbed,
know,
according to the state. Well, what
Oh,
if someone
oh,
tells you your child was shot, and then later you find out they were shot, but they were kneeling, okay, and the bullet was put in through the back of their fucking head? That's
Right.
a completely different reference to saying your kid got shot.
exactly.
This
Yeah,
is insane, you guys. Like, completely and totally insane. Um, it that doesn't make any sense to me. Well, what about the stuff that he was saying that he knew that happened about
yeah.
her face?
She was punched and all that shit.
Or was that something fed to him that was not true, or was that like this is
It
ridiculous?
had to have been.
Well, I believe her and Zayna are the two that fought back.
Yes, that's one thing. That's all we've heard, though. Hey, Tracy, good to see you. I don't know. On we go.
That's just crazy to me. Yeah.
In there, we're going to make statements, and were like, we don't want to say anything inaccurate. We want to make sure everything we say is exactly truthful. And it's one of those times where they could bend the rules, but they don't.
I seem to recall there was some discussion that the judge was going to meet with families and tell you privately things that were going to be released in the gag order. Is that still a possibility, or is there no discussion of that?
There's no discussion of that. We just Shannon just sent him an email and just said, "Are you really going to make my clients go through 3 different agencies to get this information that they want to see? Like go through Freedom of Information Acts for the state of Idaho, for the county of Latah, and then there's federal ones as well. There's even other states. So it's like they could make it happen, but clearly the willpower isn't there. I don't think they really want anyone."
So that begs the question. Back to what Annie
Why?
said. This big old elephant in the room. What the hell are they
Brian
hiding?
pled. Yeah, Brian pled. What's the big fucking secret?
It's all done. It's out there. Like, what are they covering up still? Like that nobody's supposed to know. This is insane,
Yeah.
you guys.
that it wasn't him.
Dig, I'm probably gonna hop down around 11, dude.
All right, bud.
All
Hey,
right.
Willie.
No problem. Welcome, Lily. Good to see you here.
See you, Willie.
Oh no, I'm pop down around 11, so I still got like 10 minutes.
Oh,
Did you get my email back earlier, Willie, with my number?
Yeah, I got it, man. I emailed you back. Did you get it?
I didn't check, but I will after this.
Oh yeah, I got it.
All right.
I'm just starting to fade, so I'm just letting you know. Probably around 11.
I can hear it. No problem. This will probably be done.
I'm on the East
Welcome
Coast.
back, Willie. Welcome back, Willie.
Thanks.
Talking to the media and questioning, remember these people said that it was a crime of passion, it was targeted, and it was an isolated event. All this language, and then they even said you're gonna have to trust us. You're just gonna have to wait and trust us. And now we've waited, and it's like, no. Well, there was no connection whatsoever that we could establish. So how do you get isolated? How do you get targeted. So I think it's more about covering up some of the mistakes that they made. They don't want to talk about the, destroying the crime scene and how
So he wasn't told shit.
just say, well, we're gagged. And now that the
Wow.
gag's over, you guys aren't going to know exactly what we were talking about during the last 2.5 years.
I can't imagine the frustration that you and Christy and the kids and everybody else who's been directly affected as victims of Brian Koberger's hideous, horrific actions. I can't imagine what it's like. I do know that the prosecutor sent you an email leading up to the decision to offer this plea deal. Now that the gag order is lifted, are you able to share what was in that email?
Yeah, we kept it, but yeah, we could forward it to you guys, and then you guys could share it to your audience. It is what it is, man. You got to put yourself in the position of a parent, read that email, and wonder if that's what you thought was going to happen, and that kind of language doesn't really sound like it's a negotiation. It basically just tells us that it's over, it's done with, and just get on board. Get on board.
No solicitation for your thoughts, your opinions, to weigh in on the possibility of a plea agreement being offered?
Good question.
So basically, paperwork. We were asked if we had ever been offered a plea deal or gave one. We said no. He was like, Judge Hippler said, well, you probably should at least, look into that. And what's that look like for you guys? And we said, we're not in it. We're in it for the death penalty. The choice is he could be fired at, or he could take a shot. Those are the two options that we would agree to. And then we did. We would have, if it would have got to negotiations, we would have negotiated a lot better than Thompson. Thompson negotiated like a 5-year-old kid. He didn't force him to say that he did it solo by himself. Didn't force him to prove that he was wearing the suit or show us where the sheath, the knife is to the sheath.
Yes.
Exactly what I've been saying.
There's the right way to do things.
Can't believe I agree with that guy.
It's 100% right. He's wholeheartedly right. And
I do. I mean, he lost his kid.
He's completely deflated, you guys. Look at him. This is insane. And it's almost completely, it's really sad.
Yeah, but he made this bed that he's sleeping in now. He was the big guy breaking the gag order.
I told you,
multiple DNAs. These people on transfer
He wasn't a part of the gag order.
No, and I think
wait till you guys see the special
he's not under the gag order.
He wasn't supposed to be, but they redid it.
Should have kept his mouth shut, man.
I think he was being used, Sarge. I think the state and everybody was using him so that he would keep that going until they got to this point where they didn't need it anymore, and boom, you're done.
Right.
That's disgusting.
And he had a lawsuit. If I were him, I would sue.
He is suing, from my understanding, but I don't know.
Him. He should. Hey, Dago, how about the difference between Ashley in this video and Ashley in her last video?
It's she hasn't.
I wonder what Steve would have to say about that. I wonder if he watched that, And she's so calm, and her hair looks better,
Yeah,
not wearing the tartan, and I've had so much bad feelings for you. When last video, she's like, yeah, stab him, I don't give a damn.
No, I know.
Totally different videos. It just blows my mind.
Well, the interesting thing is, in this clip, he's admitting that all of these particular rumors are all unfounded.
Yep.
Right.
And yet he's the perpetuator of spreading these rumors.
A lot
and
of
it was
them.
obviously coming from the FBI too.
But now we understand that it was coming from fucking people like the Turkey and all these other people that claim that they had sources and shit. Now we know that he wasn't told nothing from the actual people.
And that's the source. Well, I'm guessing he claimed that he was getting his source was, well, he didn't claim it, but he kind of led to the fact that the FBI, the grand jury and the FBI was leaking things to him at some point. I thought, but
yeah,
now,
he was talking to 2 grand jurors.
He wasn't. Yeah, and then remember that whole thing? He was supposed to speak to that informant, and the FBI threatened to have him arrested.
Yep.
This whole thing is a damn sham, you guys. This is insane.
And now he can't even learn how his daughter passed away. Think of that, dude.
No
That's
way.
just crazy. Yeah, that's.
How
They
the fuck can
completely
you?
used.
How can you sit down and grieve and have any kind of closure where they can't even tell you how you lost your kid?
If
That
I
is
was him,
disgusting.
my advice to him would be to start pushing for Brian Koberger being framed and they entrapped him.
I'd go to the feds right away.
I wouldn't go to the
I go down
feds.
there
They're
and
the ones that
spit on their fucking
did all
door.
this shit.
No, I mean like the Department of Justice. That's what he needs to do is to have this.
Yeah, go sit down with Dan Bongino. He likes conspiracies.
There you go.
Yeah,
You go.
I'll take it on.
Yeah,
All
this
right,
is
I'm going to jump down myself. But listen,
right.
all you are awesome. Miss Potts is the exception. She's kind of hot. But yeah, everybody have a good night.
Later.
Sarge, night.
See, Sarge? Boom, he's gone.
That's because I bounced him because he tries
Oh,
to
you-
bounce beforehand. Smart ass. Now who won? Thank you,
Okay, so
Sarge.
before you start this video back up, right? Is anybody else getting the vibe from Steve here that I mean, I don't know. I've been picking up on it since, the plea was entered and stuff and accepted.
Yes, ma'am.
He just appears to be very much like
Deflated.
he does
Coast
not
mode?
believe he does not believe the state
No,
at all.
I agree with you wholeheartedly
And
because
their theory and what they're saying and about how it was done and who it's like
he wants
he
proof that
knows
Brian did it. He
Yeah,
wants proof that
yeah,
Brian
because
did it.
he's
he
being
wouldn't be bringing this
bullshitted
up,
that
right?
it's only Brian. I
bingo. Thank you, Annie. That's what I was saying before.
don't know. I
You're
just feel
right.
like
He said before that he thinks
he
that.
knows there's more than Brian
Yeah,
and he's
right. Yep,
pissed.
Yeah.
yep. That's why he wanted the trial because he wanted all that to come out, and now that's not happening. That's why he was mostly pissed off, and he wanted
I
to
mean, I
hear the
could be
whole.
totally wrong. It's just that's just the vibe
But then
I'm
I have the
picking up.
question of, what about the other three families? You're telling me that they weren't told either how their kids passed away? Like what?
No, none of them
No.
are. None of them are.
Jesus Christ!
And again, you guys, that's where this comes back to where what the hell are they putting? Like, what are they keeping hidden?
So how do we know they were all stabbed? And not nothing
Shot.
nothing else. Like we don't know if they
Truly,
were
we don't.
strangled, if one of them was strangled and then stabbed, or we don't know none of. Like we know none of that, and
We
that
don't
means the
know.
families know none of that, and that's crazy to me.
Well, what about the fact
To
that
me, it's just given me. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go please.
No, I was just gonna. I don't know. It's weird. Like the vibes
Oh,
I'm
it makes
getting from him is that he doesn't
yeah,
believe the state, and or maybe he was promised a trial where they were going to lay out steps A through Z exactly how it's only him
he
and blah
was.
blah blah, and he's not getting that now, right?
No, he
So
was.
maybe
Yep.
it's not necessarily that there was more than one person. Maybe it's more along the lines of you promised me you were going to lay it all out for me to see with my own eyes, for the whole world to see that it's just him
Yep.
alone,
Mhm.
and you're not giving us that.
Well, like I
Yeah.
said, he was promised at one point, and he came out and said it that they told him no matter what, because initially in the beginning he was against the state and he was against law enforcement, and then he quieted down and became calm. If you remember that, and he said they told me, they promised me, Steve. They said no matter what, state level, federal level is going down. There's going to be no deals, no nothing. He's going to get the death penalty. We got this. Just trust us. He just said it again, and here we are. He was lied
Yeah.
to. He was used, and to get to this point, they got a plea, they got guilty, and it's done.
Mm-hmm.
This is fucked up, folks. I'm sorry, but this is fucked up.
Did you notice the hat he's
Yeah, that's
wearing?
why I said, I feel bad for him.
Of course I do. That's not closure.
Like
That is not justice. This is not justice for the victims at all.
there's no handbook. There's no handbook anywhere in the world on how to react if you lose your child. Let alone not knowing for 2.5 years. I'd be on every fucking news channel too. Now I get it.
And if you give him some time, I bet you he's going to start even challenging whether or not Brian was involved in this at all now.
You give
Watch.
us some time, he'll be up here on fucking panel with us talking about how bullshit this is.
That'd
Yeah.
be nice.
That would be interesting, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll be here for that one.
That's it. What Heather just said, bottom line is the man is not convinced that the person in Ada County Jail did this and did this alone. And this is the way the state claims. Actually, he knows 100% it's impossible for that state to be true. And I got to agree, guys, because this is a damn shame, complete damn shame. This is crazy shit. Just the way he's acting alone. Just saying. That's my opinion, just based on what I'm seeing. So,
Yeah.
Dago, see his hat?
And then there's just
yeah, he wears that hat all the time.
Okay, and
Innocent
the
until
video,
proven guilty. He pled guilty.
the
That's the whole
video
problem.
that we watched earlier of Mrs. Kernodle and going to the Lord. I mean, I'm just wondering. He's wearing his hat now. He's thinking, you know, this is the only person that can help me. Is
Maybe.
if
I
you
mean,
know,
he's worn that in a lot of videos, but that's a good point, Randy. It could be.
well, his daughter was dead 2.5 years ago. So I mean, yeah, he wore a lot of other questionable hats too.
He did. He did.
It seems to me that he has a meaning when he wears a certain hat. And
It
I
could
don't
be.
know.
It could be. Definitely could be.
I
Just
thought he always wore that hat.
He's worn some of the other ones too that he's got. I think he had one for Dogecoin or something, or
right.
crypto or something like
Really?
that. But yeah. Either way, like I said,
Anyway,
the dude's deflated as hell in this interview. That's for sure.
I'm trying to hang on. I know this is a great conversation. Could you play a little more of this,
That's
possibly,
what I'm trying
dude?
to do. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
All right,
go for it.
I'm dying.
I want it over with because I want my summer back and I want to go retire. So that's what we got. We got a pitiful effort from an old man who's retiring and doesn't believe
He's
in the death
pissed.
penalty and really had no right to even be in that room. And it's a shame that we didn't have any other choices that we could have.
Fucking hates bills.
We tried. I mean, I tried to even hire a prosecutor. I would have paid to have my daughter in a separate case with our own prosecutor that we paid for, and not even made
Wow.
Idaho pay one penny, and it would have turned out differently.
Which leads me to another question. There are still civil avenues open to you, a wrongful death suit against Brian Koberger. Do you and your attorney, Shannon Gray, plan to mount any kind of action after this, or are you done?
I think a lot of their strategy for this sealing and gagging was because they were afraid of the civil actions, but those are mostly have to be brought up within 2 years. And it's hard to bring something up that you're not been able to even look at. Like, we don't even know who made the decision and what was all done. So I think this was a strategy for them to cover up their tails and the university's ass. And there's two huge universities there. One, they literally sent the students back, saying it was an isolated, targeted event, and literally the murderer was hired by one of the universities and was literally in a position of power, who had already harassed girls, and they hadn't even taken those investigations.
Pause that, please. Pause
Yeah,
that,
there's
please.
a lot.
Pause that,
So
please.
people need to.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please rewind what he just said? Did he just say the murder was hired? But did he just say the murder was hired
That's
I think he said the
by
murderer.
someone in
Murderer.
power at the university? Can you please play that again?
Yes, ma'am. I'll even put that closed caption on to make sure that's what he says.
Yeah,
I
please
think you're
give
just
us,
tired.
I need to hear. No, I'm not. I was intently listening.
Here we go.
Have to be brought up within 2 years.
Thank you.
And it's hard to bring something up that you're not been able to even look at. Like, we don't even know who made the decision and what was all done. So I think this was a strategy for them to cover up their tails and the university's ass. And there's two huge universities there. One, they literally sent the students back, saying it was an isolated, targeted event, and literally the murderer was hired by one of the universities and was literally in a position of power, who had already harassed girls. And
Did he
Okay,
literally just say the murder
What
was
did you
hired? What
no,
the
no.
Yeah,
murder was
rewind
hired?
that shit again, dude.
I mean, listen,
yeah.
listen. He's trying to
Right.
say the murderer. He just can't seem to say it right. But here, I'll play it again.
But still, if he's saying the murderer was hired by,
Where's the university coming to this?
Because Brian worked for Washington State University. That's what he's
Yeah,
trying
I
to
know.
say.
It's just weird that
I'll play it
Nah,
again. Hold on.
bullshit. He's talking about University of Idaho. Let's play that again, please.
And it's a shame that we didn't have any other choices that we could have, we could have pushed for. We tried. I mean, I tried to even hire a prosecutor. I would have paid to have my daughter in a separate case with her own
get over here.
prosecutor that we paid for, and not even made Idaho pay one penny. And it would have turned out differently.
Which leads me to another question. There are still civil avenues open to you, a wrongful death suit against Brian Koberger. Do you and your attorney, Shannon Gray, plan to mount any kind of action after this, or are you done?
I think a lot of their strategy for this sealing and gagging was because they were afraid of the civil actions. But those are mostly have to be brought up within 2 years. And it's hard to bring something up that you're not been able to even look at. Like, we don't even know who made the decision, what was all done. So I think this was a strategy for them to cover up their tails and the university's ass. And there's two huge universities there.
Okay, he's talking about. I get what he means. He's
I'm
not
gonna
saying
slow
it
it. I'm gonna
correctly.
slow it down. I'm
I
slowing
know
it
what
down.
he's getting at. I
I
get what he's getting at.
They literally sent the students back saying it was an isolated targeted event, and literally the murder was hired by one of the universities and was literally in a position of power who had already harassed girls, and they hadn't even taken those
It does sound like he says that, though.
seriously. So yeah, there was a lot. People need to look back when he was fired. He was fired on the 19th. That's the exact same day that the police said that the FBI told them that Brian was a suspect. It's kind of more than suspicious that
On the 19th?
WSU fired him that exact same day while he was out on the back in Pennsylvania. They fired him. So obviously they heard about what was going on, and it was cover their tails, and that's why we have all this sealed stuff, and we're still fighting for the information to come out when it's just 4 kids that got killed in their bed. There's no top secret information here. There's no national security. It's literally people thinking that they don't work for us anymore, guys. They think that we are lucky to be in that courtroom, and they're like a form of royal bloodlines, and they sit there in that courtroom and they tell us how it goes, and how dare us question them, and how dare us know what's going on, and question what they're doing. And I appreciate the media because it's one thing an angry dad saying that. It's a different thing for ex-prosecutors to get on your guys' station and say, this is questionable. Why'd they tear the house down? There's literally the 1112 video is referencing sounds.
When we say we're assholes,
it could easily be that a jury wanted to reproduce what those sounds would have sounded like on that camera. And they couldn't do that once the house was torn down.
Was there any contact made or any overture at all from prosecutor's office, the victim's rights advocate that's supposed to be associated with you, about the process going forward now in order to find out more information? Have they at least guided you? Will you have a better shot at getting information than someone like me?
No, they don't like us. They don't like the fact that we question their authority. They don't like the fact that we talk to you guys right now. So I don't think they'll help us at all. They'll try to make it as most difficult as possible because we bring a huge spotlight. If we're gonna read it, we're gonna explain it to people how we understand it, and I don't think they want that attention. And that's probably why most of them have already retired. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna get any help. We don't have a victim's advocate. She's bound by the rules of that court. So if the judge tells her
he's gonna solve the case, bro. Watch.
There's an open investigation of the leak, and she's a part of that team. She can't talk to us. We brought up the leak in court January 13th. Gray accused that office of leaking the information, and
Oh no.
ever since then, we've been able
He's
to
right
prove
about
that
that.
we got
Not Gray.
Hang on. Play that back one more time.
tells her to shut her mouth and don't talk about it. There's an open investigation of the leak, and she's a part of that team. She can't talk to us. We brought up the leak in court January 13th. Gray accused that office of leaking the information, and ever since then, we've been able to prove that we knew about the sheath and the DNA, CODIS hit, all that stuff before. And you think if there's an investigation, why hasn't anyone ever called us and asked us where we heard it? So there's no investigation going on. They're like,
That's a huge point right there. Why
Yeah,
haven't they asked where they got that
this
from?
is great, dude. More people need to talk to him because he drops so many fucking nuggets.
And he just said, like he said right there, there's no investigation going on. This is all gone. It's done. They washed this down the drain as fast as they could and double rinsed it, folks. It's over. This is sad. Like
Totally
This is
beyond,
agree.
sad.
this is
Yeah.
never going to come out. Brian's
Yeah,
going to go away
it's
forever.
pretty interesting.
You
Yeah,
think?
that's all pretty interesting, huh? And Hitler even said in court today too, basically like fuck your FOIAs,
Yep.
right? Your
They're
Freedom
not
of
going to get.
Information Act requests and all of this, like, yeah, you can put them in, but they're gonna probably be denied.
They'll be
Yeah, he's
denied.
a dick.
Absolutely. This is a fucking mess. I mean, way worse than I thought. Good God.
Do you think there's enough people that think this is a mess that this will keep going? In
There's
other
going to be
words,
people out here that are going to bitch and complain about it, Randy, but is it going to do any good?
I don't know.
We can all.
How long you willing to talk about it?
I can talk about it till I can't talk about it, but is it going to make a difference?
I don't know. It
I'm not
could.
going to. I mean, I don't like any of what's going on, and this is even worse to me now. It's obvious that it's a complete and total cover up. This makes what
Hell yeah.
Jesus Christ, what Cy Ray said blow up into the spotlight. In his 30 years, he's never seen anything such a misrepresentation done on purpose, and in his opinion, it's a cover up of a much more bigger problem. Well, here we are.
At the time
Hmm.
he made those comments, the cast report hadn't come in. Do you think maybe
Nope.
the cast report finally came in, which is why
No,
we haven't heard from Cy Ray?
no, I think Cy doesn't know what to say at this point because it's all. I don't think the cast has anything to do with it, Randy. Listen to what
Oh, really?
Steve's saying, what we already know, and then look at what's going on. This is insane. This is absolute bullshit.
I
This
agree
is.
with
I think
that.
everybody was told the thing. This makes me believe full fledged what Eddie said that the whole thing
It
is
is
scripted.
bullshit. Like I said, I don't care if I'm not told information, right? But the fact that I'm hearing that this guy who lost his daughter, like I'm just putting myself in his shoes. Like if I lost my daughter, dude, and you don't tell me what happened to her, and it's been 2.5 years, I'm kicking your ass. I'm kicking somebody's ass.
Right.
And if you think you're just gonna seal all this shit from me, and I'm not gonna do anything about it, okay.
Is Cy allowed to come forward and talk now?
He
Yeah.
should be.
Why not?
Gag orders off.
I hope he
You
does.
should be on channel right now. You know.
I hope he does.
I'm
All right.
pretty sure
For
even
Willie,
if Sky or anybody is going to talk, doesn't matter whether they're from the state or the defense.
But
Even
can they
with
talk about
the
it?
gag order lifted, most of these law firms and attorneys work out like non-dissemination orders, like they have non-disclosure agreements with these experts. So even if he was allowed to go talk, I'm almost certain that there are absolutely non-disclosure agreements going into effect for both sides with all of their experts and anybody who assisted them in the case. Like they're absolutely going to want those things. I'm just saying, so don't be surprised if there's a
Am
lot
I
that these people can't answer, even if they choose to talk.
am I the only one that is seeing this like a very carefully played plan that's falling in? Like all the cogs are falling into place right now.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like the way this is all playing out right this second, like it was absolutely supposed to happen like this. And then everybody's just going to fade away. everybody's retiring. They're running away from this case.
That's why Steve just said they hate him because he asked questions. They want him to just go away.
That's why he's so deflated, because I think he thought once all
Screw
this
the
stuff
truth.
went down, the whole thing is just being erased, per se.
Hey, for Willie's sake, can we keep watching this video?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Sorry.
I'm
not
still
trying to
kicking.
tell you what to do or anything.
I'm still kicking because now I'm pissed.
They're telling him there's an investigation. There's no investigation going on because the first person who told you that there was leaks and proved to you by telling you what they've heard, that eventually becomes part of your case. You know, the sheep, we knew about the sheep before it was. We knew about the white car before they released it. They never came and asked us who told us that information. They didn't even try. So
Who was it?
Oh, I would never. I'm not going to give that information out. You know, I really respect the people that actually reached out and tried to help us. They're awesome mothers and
No, I
fathers.
respect that.
They cared about their community and they wanted to make sure that this was done the right way. And so, yeah, we did know some stuff, but I respect all those people and I would never give out their information. They're all safe. Every person I've ever
Understanding.
talked to.
It makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. You got a loyalty to those who loved you and cared for you throughout this horrible process. In the interim, I kept thinking along the way there would be
It's a shame because we know they all bullshitted him.
and that you were sworn to secrecy because of the gag order or any other reasons. Is there information you know now that I haven't known and the rest of us haven't known up until today?
Most of the information we found out were just people calling up. I've had other officers call us up and just say, I don't know what just happened in the court today, but I don't support it. People so angry at what was happening in that courtroom that they would literally pick up their phone and call us and say, this is what's on Brian's phone. This is what he was searching. This individual was sexually motivated. I don't care what Thompson said. They've got a plan for him. They've got a job role for that man. And it's not every day that you get
Sexually motivated.
Wants to be a police officer, is dying to be a police officer.
That was some serious little nuggets right
The rest
there.
of us haven't known up until
Yeah,
today.
because I've been saying it the whole time about that he never tried to make
information we found out were just people calling up. I've
an
had
attempt.
other officers call us up and just say, I don't know what just happened in the court today, but I don't.
Okay, so he's telling you where the leaks came from, right here.
Most of the information we found out were just people calling up. I've had other officers call us up and just say, I don't know what just happened in the court today, but I don't support it. People so angry at what was happening in that courtroom that they would literally pick up their phone and call us and say, this is what's on Brian's phone. This is what he was searching. This individual was sexually motivated. I don't care what Thompson said. They've got a plan for him. They've got a job role for that man. And it's not every day that you get somebody who wants to be a police officer, is dying to be a police officer, is literally talking to them every single day about how he was going to be a police officer. It's not every day you get a master's degree in criminology that is going to go into prison. And they're going to leverage that. That's what they're interested in. They're not interested in him being locked up in 23 hours of solitaire where he's not going to be able to have any influence. They want him to go in there and actually have influence and work with them.
And be a resource for crime fighting in the future?
Yeah.
What?
His fantasy was to be an officer.
Is he talking about Brian?
This one was.
What the fuck is happening?
This interview is out of control. I mean, you have to go back another.
Not only did he plead, but he's going in there and he's gonna fucking help him.
That could explain the plea.
So he's going to be a prison cop. He's going to be.
Oh fuck,
What
man!
the actual fuck did that? What is going on?
I don't know, dude. I think I'm hallucinating.
Dude, oh my lord!
Is this all a dream?
What are they?
I don't know.
Are they turning this guy into some kind of a new fucking prison?
I'm just trying to think of my prison days of getting caught with cell phones and shit, and I'm trying to think of what state hired the guy that got me. Like, what Brian Colberter was in the penitentiary with me that caught me with my cell phone? These sons
Wow.
of bitches.
If somebody tells me from this day forward that this is not a psyop, kiss my ass. This is nuts.
Well, even Steve
There's definitely
saying
something
it is.
going on.
The father of a victim is calling this entire thing bogus.
Yeah.
Everything about this is bogus.
Which is crazy because, like, you know, obviously what we want to see as a public are the victims get closure, you know, victims' families get closure. And this is like the last thing he's getting. He has to fight for just information as a father of a slain 21-year-old, 20, whatever. I mean, oh my God, dude, I would lose my fucking mind. The fact that he can even keep it together like this. I mean, I'd lose it, bro. Completely lose it. I'd be in jail if you didn't tell me what happened to my daughter. So
No, he's not done.
This is nuts.
I don't think he's done giving interviews. That's for sure.
Oh,
hell,
no,
he's not. He shouldn't be.
He's going to get more and more pissed, and
It's
he's
gonna
going
it's gonna start all over. Yep.
This is going to be a downward spiral, guys. I
Well,
guarantee
I'm
you.
alone. Yeah, I'm nervous.
Could we
This is
just
gonna
could
be
we go
a-
back maybe like 20 seconds though? Because I need to just like reprocess whatever the hell just happened.
I need to figure out what type of cop in prison Brian Kober is going to be. Hold on, I'm thinking about this shit. Is he going to be
He's
walking
gonna go
the
in there.
search? Is he walking the search dogs, or is he running the black box trying to find the cell
No,
phone?
dude.
What job
they're
are
gonna
they
give him
giving Brian Kober?
They're gonna give him his own fucking cell with all these special accommodations, and he's gonna be in there like fucking, you know,
computers and
Sherlock Holmes.
He's going to
Yeah.
make 85 cents an hour doing his job, where I only made a freaking quarter. I'm pissed. I'm pissed right
Like,
now.
not
Son of a-
fair.
Who the hell told him this?
You didn't have that background, AR. You know.
No, I didn't have a quadruple homicide background. You're right. I was a
But listen,
murderer.
if he's saying officers are calling him, did an officer call him and say that, you know, that we want to, you know, we're going to use him while he's in here or something? Like, who told him this?
Yeah, that's
Guys,
kind of what it sounded
in
like.
the past, when I had a conversation with Steve and we were having an argument in regards to DNA on the sheath, like we were having a pretty clear cut back and forth argument, and he clearly said, well, I think the FBI that works with me can give me far more important information than some convict can. So I know what's going on in regards to this. And that's when I just backed off. I was like, dude, I'm not talking about Steve no more on my channel. Like, I'm just done. Because if he has these connections with the FBI, I don't need anybody on my ass. You know what I mean? Like, I'm done. I'm good.
I knew he would. I knew he didn't have shit once. It turned out that that the door was open and the door wasn't knocked down, and Hunter was summoned over to like knock the door down because it was locked or whatever. I knew right then and there, dude, that every single thing he said is all speculation from people calling him and just in his ear with horse shit.
Yeah,
I knew
this
it.
happened. This happened.
I knew
All
it.
right. There's more coming. There's more coming, I'm sure. Hold on.
So the sources are so sealed up that they haven't even told fucking immediate families what has happened. Yeah, and people think we're ever gonna find out. Yeah. Okay.
Gotta wonder. It's funny that this is being said now because, and I'm not saying it's true, but how many times have we heard that Brian's a Fed? How many times have we heard that?
A lot of times.
I'm not going any further with that. I'm just telling you.
That he's a what?
A Fed. That he works for the Feds. And I'm like, nah, come on.
I'm not listening to that bullshit.
The way this is going, this is starting to turn into some weird fucking Twilight Zone shit, you guys. And it's
Well, I'm telling you, utilizing my background and my experience in the penitentiary, this is sounding like a Fed. Like, I hate to say that because I'm not one that supports that theory. I've never talked about that theory. I've never talked about anything even remotely like that. But let me tell you, they got this kid hooked in with them somehow. And I mean, the plea bargain going as fast as it did. And now this is just the victim's families not knowing anything. That's protecting Bryant. This is all in protection.
So wait,
of Bryant.
did they see their? So wait, did they get to see their children's bodies before they were like
no
cremated?
No,
I heard they
did not.
didn't
They did not.
because they didn't want them to see how
What?
bad. Yep.
I don't give a flying
Wait.
fuck what people don't want me to see. I need to see with my eyes proof for my own closure. Fuck them of what happened to my kid.
Yeah, I thought
They
the
can say
gun
whatever they
foul.
want. They can write down on a piece of paper that. Remember, they told us everybody was sleeping. They lied to us right off the bat. Now we're supposed to just believe
Guys,
that they were
hang
all
on a minute.
stabbed 40-something times. Yeah, okay.
What is it? Where
So-
is it that Josh Hurwitz used to work for?
He was
The
way
U.S.
up.
State's Attorney.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the U.S. State's Attorney's office in
The
Idaho.
U.S. State's Attorney's Office, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Trump
like
fired him, right?
the U.S. Attorney General or whatever it's called there.
That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
AG's office. Thank you. Sorry. Okay. And this all started to go into play once Josh showed up. So whatever. I'm just my brain probably working overtime right now, but I'm thinking of all sorts of crazy shit right now because of this Twilight
You're
Zone
talking
shit.
about the special. You're talking about the special prosecutor.
No, well, he's not supposed to be. He was brought in to supposedly look into for the prosecution's psychiatric look into Brian's life or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah. When everybody says that, that's when like everybody perked up or whatever is when he came.
Yeah. That's anyway.
It's been
I don't believe in
pretty much
coincidence. I'm
boring
just telling you,
before
something
that.
looks weird. Something looks really weird.
Well, let's just say he took down a major organization of white affiliations in the
Yes.
and that's a
Yep.
big ordeal. Now, if you're starting to say that Brian Koberger could possibly be working within the penitentiary system to get intel and information, and
Yeah.
that's
Here's the thing,
obvious.
though.
That's
Here's the thing, though.
again.
This is just Steve. This is just one person saying it. So I mean, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not going to
I'm
take
not
it
saying
as.
I believe it.
Yeah, I'm just going to say I'm not going to take it as 100% fact yet.
No,
You know.
no.
I've taken
Dude,
this at 20%. 20%.
yeah,
I would
100%,
quite
Robert.
literally rather stab my own eyeball out right now than talk about Brian Koberger being a Fed.
I agree
Thank
with
you.
you.
Thank you.
Wholeheartedly.
I'm glad somebody.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
glad somebody feels the same way.
After all of this,
I will
I'm
agree.
so
talk about
happy.
at this point, I would
all
talk about tunnels. I would talk about tunnels before I would talk
I'll talk
about
all I'm
I'll talk
saying
about
is like
anything.
Koberger being a Fed.
I don't agree with
There's
the theories, but
I'll talk
Steve
about
is now
food.
creating another narrative to this
Yes, he
story.
is. Yes, he is.
Steve is creating a whole nother narrative. I don't know what content creators that he's been watching, but he's put together like 5 or 6 of them in the same bang. I mean, it's like, here we go.
If this
Well,
is
that's why somebody said in chat. Like, could you imagine if like we were up here saying this shit? Like, people be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys?"
we would have been burnt out already, dude. They'd have burned us out of here. Period. That's it.
Yeah,
Dude,
but
I
I'm
think
saying,
that's
like,
what he just is.
when we were asking questions about, this and that, like Steve has the same question. So now he's maybe seeing where we were coming from, depending on what channels he was actually like watching.
100%. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
but we know where he did some interviews on there.
He was
too.
getting his shit though from people that were the Fed supposedly or other police
Yeah,
officers. So,
and fucking JLR and people like that. So maybe once he realizes that these people are fucking, they have absolutely no there's
Care
no
about him.
benefit, to well, not just that. There's no benefit to dealing with these people, and maybe shifting towards figuring out the truth, right? Then he might start getting somewhere because he's not gonna be able to let this go. No way. I could tell he's that kind of person,
And
and he
this is
shouldn't.
our justice system that did this to him. Our
It's
justice
disgusting, dude.
system did this.
Right.
Our courts, our gag
Poor
orders.
family, not just him. You gotta understand. Just because we see his face and we're the only one he sees, there's 4 families that that they're doing this to. That's disgusting.
Well,
Disgusting.
you could see the pain in Maddie's family's eyes and in their hearts when they did the Amazon show. That was really the first time I got to see the mom and the stepdad.
Yeah.
And it really hit
Mhm.
home. Let me tell you, it hit home even to somebody like me that doesn't take a lot of emotional thought processes. And that one was like, wow, whoa. Even my wife looked at me and she's like, Jesus, we need to, wow,
Uh-huh. Here we go. Next paragraph of craziness.
Play more video.
and work with them.
and be a resource for crime fighting in the future?
Yeah. His fantasy was to be an officer, or the earliest one was like a Green Beret or something like that, a Ranger. So this guy's had like these grandeur visions of himself since he was just a little kid. And I think one of the first things he told the officers when they arrested him in Pennsylvania was like, "Let's get a cup of coffee. I'm working on my criminology PhD, and I'd like to interview you." It's like this guy
Well,
wants
that
to
changed quick, huh?
be somebody of importance. He always has been, and that was part of the reason why we were trying to get them to take that into account and not plead with him. Don't give him the position of power. Basically, dictate the terms to him and say we're not going to accept this unless you prove who you are.
Still fascinated by the comment he made upon arrest. Have you arrested anyone else? Thinking, is he throwing a red herring in? Is he really curious about other
Should be good.
possible suspects? But I'm very curious about what you just
How do we
mentioned.
even know that was said?
Coming out of hearings, there would be people who would call you and say, I don't like what's happening in that courtroom. I know what's on his phone. I know. What did you learn from those phone calls without divulging who it was who called?
Just weird porn fetishes, but two of the fetishes were in that room: drunk, passed out girls and gagging girls. And those are two things that were part of that
Gagging?
for Thompson to say that there was no sexual assault. Of course there wasn't. He didn't have enough time. Somebody came up.
Did he
Wait.
just
There it
tell
is.
us
There it
they were
is.
gagged?
He
Yep.
just said the girls were gagged, right?
See,
That's what I
remember
got.
when I said, dude, about taking off his belt, and then that's when, or not him, but like whoever the hell did, and then that's when the sheath fell off. That would make more sense than just a sheath magically falling off.
Now it sounded
But yeah,
like it was utilized to choke somebody,
It
and
could be.
that's how a sheath would fall off. I mean, I've been
That's
yeah, but he's insinuating right now, right? He's insinuating right now that this was sexually motivated, and somebody, and just because they're saying it wasn't, doesn't mean.
so I
Dude, you
think
can.
in the
Did you hear
Did
him?
he say two of
We're
the
playing it
girls?
again.
Did he say two?
part of the plea bargain would be
Wow.
we
So
have
he
to
actually
keep the
really feels that
sexual
way.
nature out. That
We're
would be a
playing it
part of the
He
again.
plea
feels,
bargain.
dude. That's crazy. He feels that wow, that he was walked in on while he was trying to do something.
Yeah. Okay. We're playing it again. Here we go.
Is he really curious about other possible suspects? But I'm very curious about what you just mentioned, that coming out of hearings, there would be people who would call you and say, I don't like what's happening in that courtroom. I know what's on his phone. I know. What did you learn from those phone calls without divulging who it was who called?
Just weird porn fetishes, but two of the fetishes were in that room: drunk, passed out girls and gagging girls. And those are two things that were part of that crime scene. For Tom.
So two of the fetishes were in that room,
Gagging
drunk,
and
passed out, gagging. Okay.
Gagging.
But
Yep.
how would Maddie and
So he
Katie be
strangled
informed
somebody.
of the porn fetishes? Did they? Now it's
Well,
coming
well,
back
he's
to
saying
the OnlyFans deal.
he was
What?
strangling. He was strangling. That's why I said, dude, causes of death are important. He was
No.
strangling one of
Gagging.
them. Is that what he's saying?
Gagging, Willie, not strangling. Gagging, like putting something over their mouth so
I
they
mean,
can't make a noise.
I get it, but was he sticking his hand down somebody's throat? Like, you know,
I don't know.
Why?
what? Ooh.
I'm gonna
Well, I
keep
thought
going.
Those fetishes were in that room. What the hell does that mean?
Steve said he didn't know much about this case. Well, if he knows something like that, he sure as hell knows
It
more
sounds like
than
he
we
was
do.
being told by police that were on the scene at some point. That's what he's
Right.
saying.
Oh,
So
that's
okay.
right. Making phone calls. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, it
Yep,
wasn't
here
like
we
he
go.
came from the official
But
police department.
how did you gag 4 victims in like 6 minutes and kill them all? You know what I
Well,
mean?
you also ask yourself, who was it FBI agent that informed Annie Elise way back about the sheath, even though they made the mistake saying it was underneath Ethan?
Yep.
That was known by Annie Elise at the very beginning of all of this, stating that came from an FBI agent and their wife that were somehow friends or something with Annie Elise and her
And
significant other.
Michael Koberger stated in the Patterson book that the sheath was not found when they said it was found. It was found way later, and I hear a rumor that it was found in another room, possibly. So that's a
I'll never
rumor.
know.
I'm just telling you. This. Here we go. Anyway,
Thompson to say that there was no sexual assault. Of course there wasn't. He didn't have enough time. Somebody came up there. But why are you defending somebody who just killed 4 people? You know, why are you not even making him stand in the courtroom and admit
Somebody
that he
came up
killed 4
there.
people? I mean, what's that
Yeah,
going
because
on?
somebody walked in on him.
Systems and they're literally, oh, you've been so
I don't
respectful.
know who went up there though.
When you plead
Xana.
guilty, you
Like-
know, yes and no.
Xana.
Who?
Xana.
You think it was
Xana.
He
Xana?
might just be.
Oh,
he might
that's
just
right.
be.
Yeah, that makes sense. Xana. Yeah, because we heard
Might
that.
be messing up his words.
Mm-hmm. Well, who knows? But how would Brian have known there would be drunk, passed out girls waiting in that room? That's a huge point. Good. Well, unless it was told by somebody else.
Yeah.
What Steve is
Interesting.
saying is that 2 of the fetishes of the things
Yeah.
that he looked up are things that were present in that room
Right.
with 2 of the victims.
Right.
Yeah,
Right?
which is basically
Did I get that
motivation
right?
for going there.
Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
I don't
The
think
2
he
Yes, ma'am.
girls. Did he
specified.
say the 2 girls?
No, I don't
Yeah.
think he specified.
Well, he didn't say. He didn't clarify that, but he goes
He
2 of the
just said
fetishes.
in that room. In that room.
In
But
that room.
yeah,
Whatever
drunk,
room.
passed out girls and gagging.
And
So
gagged.
But then there
Oh,
was
gagging.
evidence of his fetishes in the room of the
In
crime
the
scene.
in the crime scene. Right. Gotcha. Just making sure I'm understanding this
Yeah, I tried to
gentleman
put all this.
correctly.
This is all crazy shit right here. I'm sorry. I mean,
you
here
ain't
I
lying,
was
bro.
just like mind blown
But
already.
again, remember, this is all information of people calling him and telling him. He's saying nobody
Right.
from the source has told him shit. Just
He
always
said
remember that.
this. He said this is coming from police officers that
Right.
called him in regards to this information.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly what he said. Yeah.
He directly
And-
said
yeah.
police officers.
But like Doc had just said, that implies that he had intent and a plan, and it wasn't random. So that's true.
Hence the premeditation murder 1 charge. So they pled guilty on all 4 counts.
Boy, it's a good thing we're all here together, experiencing this together. This is nuts.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
I could have. I would have been able to
And
put
then-
this together in my mind. Like I think I would have been stumped and stuck.
Yeah, agreed.
Just imagine what the truth is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
It's
that's
somewhere in the
that's
middle of this somewhere. On
Yeah,
we go.
Will we ever learn it?
Answer. So, we're just glad to be done with it. We're glad to move on.
When you said drunk, passed out girls, gagging girls, was there something that happened at the crime scene involving gagging that you heard?
Yeah. That's what we've heard. That's why we want to get all these facts straight. So we don't want to have a statement that isn't accurate. But when you have a prosecution that just is okay with
So they were gagged.
telling you what's going on, it's hard to be accurate. And they've criticized us for not being accurate on certain things. And it's because we're not getting the facts. Parents shouldn't have to beg to know what happened to their kid the last 24 hours of their life. We figured out
Who the
everything.
fuck was gagged?
We got the grub truck video before they did. We got the white car. We got the 112 surveillance even before they got it. We were the ones that tell them to go to these cameras and pull them off. I'm sure they already were going to do that anyway, but we got it before they did. So they were just concerned that they weren't in control and we knew too much stuff. And
Did someone with the investigation describe that Kaylee or Maddie was gagged during this horrible crime?
She's
I was told that by somebody
bouncing right now.
in I can give that out. That was Babbitt. That was Babbitt who gave that information.
What did she say?
There was
There it is, baby.
some damage around her mouth right here, like
Got it.
like pressed in and like try to keep her quiet.
Wow.
Who said it?
Mabbitt, the medical examiner,
Medical examiner.
the
Yeah.
one that wasn't supposed to
So
say
Mabbitt,
anything.
So Mambit talked a little bit.
Mambit is the one who also disagreed with the police that it was
Yep.
isolated and targeted. And so I thought that was very
Yeah.
interesting, even in the beginning, that Mabbitt was not agreeing with the police assessment of
And
the
then and
crime,
then
which is interesting. I'd be interested to know what
Yeah.
her assessment was then.
yes,
She,
yes.
She
And
looked
then
like a
should've been-
deer.
yeah,
she
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 looked
should've
looked
like
been
a
like a
the
deer in
deer
first
caught in
headlights
the
on that
headlights.
stand.
And then they shut her up. You didn't hear from
Yep.
her
Yeah.
again after that.
She should have been the first one in the house
No, she
after
was
they
the last
found
one
out.
in the house. Remember?
Yeah, she was. Yep.
This is nuts.
What did
It's
she say?
crazy.
There was some damage to her. There was some damage around her mouth, right here. Like somebody had like pressed in and like tried to keep her quiet. She'd been hit.
I wonder if
I
that's
don't
what the knife.
understand that.
I wonder if that's what the knife sheath was used for.
Mm.
On her mouth?
Yeah, to shut her. Keep her quiet. Shove the knife sheath in her mouth and hold it down real tight. It's gonna keep your mouth from moving.
Yep. They didn't find any other so-called DNA on there. Wouldn't they have
I
picked
don't
up
know,
that?
Randy. They found a whole bunch of DNA on it, but they never tested anything on it. Remember, except that snap.
What the fuck is happening?
But
Never
but then
tested
again,
the blood
I'm
underground.
this was just a thought, guys. Twiz just said that if the sheath wasn't found there, though, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know, guys. This is a lot of info to take in at one time. So, oof.
Yeah, releasing a gag order seems to
But
me
I thought
maybe.
I thought he thought she was
Something just
punched.
wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Wait. Didn't if Lucy if Heather is still in chat, she will know. Maybe this is why Bicca Barlow and that filing regarding the testing that was done on the sheath and the DNA that was recovered, like item Q11, Q14, right? Blah, blah, blah. In there, she talks about no serological testing being done and they never tested for saliva.
Yep, I remember that,
Interesting.
and it just clicked. Like the sheath laying next to her, like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't
Well,
know.
was it
I
next
don't
to her
know.
or underneath her?
Well, we don't know for sure, Randy, but
Yeah,
still,
I
I mean,
know. Well, don't
it,
yell at me.
no, I'm not yelling. I'm just saying it just popped into my head. Like maybe that's what the hell they use the
What I
damn
missed?
sheath. Okay,
Well,
that's a good.
gagging could be two different things. You could like take a handkerchief and shove it in somebody's mouth, or
But
you
the way
gag
he's
them
That's
throwing
what
by
I'm
it, it's
saying.
like
Was
tying a
she? Yeah, was she? Yeah, was it? Yeah, like so. He's
scarf
saying that
around
she was.
their whole mouth.
he
Somebody was
said that there
pushing
was
down her
pressure.
mouth.
Yes, like on the corners of her mouth, like there was something shoved down into her mouth to hold her head down, maybe, and keep her quiet.
I
This
think
is
I think it would be more if you have those kind of, they're talking about here.
So
You're not gagging in your mouth here. You're tying something around a person,
it
which
could
is
be that too,
yeah,
Randy.
another way to gag them.
My thing was just a quick thought. That's all.
Right?
Um,
No, I agree.
there's Lucy right there, Annie. The state of Idaho can go F them. Yeah,
for,
that's a good point there, Heather.
yeah,
Okay.
for real.
Well, if it's
Now
sexual,
it's like this was never going to trial, bro.
No,
Ever.
and he said that in the very beginning.
That's
This
so
will never
fucked
make
up.
it to trial, and this is
Yeah, but
definitely
I
not a
didn't
one.
think like this. I didn't think this would be the fucking outcome. At least I thought maybe, they'd find the right people that did this. But
Um,
the way they're doing this like this and doubling down, and now to see this, Steve is not, you think this view right now in this time, well, not right now, obviously we'd still be waiting for trial, but like, waiting for sentencing, Steve would be like happy and fucking, doing interviews, like, happy that he can finally grieve for Christ's sakes. And now he has to come out and do this and fucking,
yeah,
it's just a shame that, he has to
Yeah,
go
but I
through
mean,
that.
a lot of
'Cause-
what he is saying here, like, this is like the reason it's mind blowing to me. I mean, I get it, like all the other stuff. Yeah, okay, cool. The thing that's mind blowing to me is that everything that he is saying right now is just so contradictory to your 7-minute window,
Yep.
6-minute window.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean people are gagged? What do you mean people are being held down? What this is. So,
That's why.
you have the defense that was going to argue, their experts were going to argue multiple perps, multiple weapons, evidence of such. Like, it's clear, from what I'm gathering here, he's of the opinion that
That
multiple
something's wrong.
people were in
Multiple
the
people.
room with those two girls upstairs. At the very least, it's more than one.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So, I
More than
mean,
one
because
perpetrator.
the time that it would take to do all this isn't
Look,
that 7-minute
Yeah.
window.
That's
look at that
definitely been
And
blown out
listen,
of the water.
I give flowers, even though we all say we hate her and stuff like that. But the way Ashley fucking dug in there, dude, after like she got him to answer the one thing, and then she dug in there to get the rest of the juice. She's sick. She's
She knows what she
sick.
wants. She's trying to get it all out.
She's sick.
look at the
That
screen
was a nasty approach, dude.
and what it says. If you have it on, you know she's been
You know
hit
what I'm talking about.
times.
Yep.
That's not come out from anywhere except him. So, So and after what he just said, who told him about the gagging thing? I'm assuming that he also learned that from her, that she'd been hit multiple times.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mavitt talked to him and told him pretty much what was going on, so he knows.
Well, we now know that there's been multiple times that they have tried to shut him up. Okay.
Yeah.
They threatened him that if he were to go to meet with this informant, he'd be arrested. They told him to shut up
Who-
about the stuff in the
Who's seen
beginning.
this? Has anybody up here seen this already or no?
This is the first time it came out. It came out 12 minutes ago when I played it. It's an hour
Yes.
now.
Yeah, no, I
I've
haven't
been
seen
here.
it.
It's
Oh,
brand
really?
new, bro. This is
Yeah.
brand new.
Cool.
Here we go.
She's
Is,
about to sink
is,
her fucking fangs in more, dude.
Her skull was
She
damaged.
is.
So
Oh wait, there was something else there. Hold on.
Her skull was damaged.
Yeah, back it
Yes.
up, dude. Yeah, back it up a little. I want to watch her fucking. Oh, she's disgusting.
Yeah, she's nasty. Here we go.
What did she say?
But it has to
there was
be
some
done.
damage. There was some
See that
damage
right
around
there?
her mouth, right here. Like somebody had like pressed in and like tried to keep her quiet. She'd been hit multiple times in her head, and her skull was damaged. So, all right, they're telling me I gotta go. So we gotta fly. We gotta fly out of here.
Skull was damaged.
Kathy Babbitt is the coroner, so she has spoken with you about these details. Steve, I'm so sorry that you're going through this. I say it every time, and I mean it every time. I wish you and Christy and the kids peace, and I'm very appreciative that you took this time to speak with us. So obviously, I had a lot of questions I still wanted to ask Steve, but he had to cut the interview short. Kathy Mabbitt, I think I said her name differently in the interview. Kathy Mabbitt was the coroner who I actually spoke with
They were like, Steve, the lawyer called. Shut up.
Banfield show on News Nation that she hadn't revealed anywhere else. Like it had been a bloodbath, that sharpens likely a knife had been used. These were things that we had never found out, and then she never spoke publicly again.
He felt the fangs, dude.
And maybe some of the other family members. And that information that Steve just told us about Kaylee having.
Come on up here, Lana. You might as well make it a party. The link is pinned in the top of the chat.
You see, dude, listen, the way she's like describing this to like her fucking viewers is stupid, because like if I'm Steve and I just came up on your shit and I just get down and you're just like, oh, you just told us, it's like why am I even gonna talk to you again like that?
You hear somebody? I bet you Shannon called and said, "Get him the hell off that interview right now."
That's exactly, yeah. Because I mean, the way she kept she just kept making it so obvious that she was like, "Oh yeah," and then what happened here? And then it's like, what
She
the
was really
fuck,
getting
dude?
into that, dude. That was sick. Anyway,
Yeah, somebody must have called because then somebody screamed to him, and he's like, "I gotta go."
this is nuts. This is nuts.
Holy shit!
I got a lot more questions now than I had before.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Hell yeah!
Good God. Let's
But
listen to
here's
the
the
rest.
thing, though. Like I said, he's getting all this information from people calling him. But now we know that that Mabbit called him, right?
Or
And
talk to him. Yeah.
he said there at the end her skull was crushed. So that's
That ain't
more
no
than just
knife.
that's more than just a stabbing, dude.
Yep.
On a bed. Were you crushing somebody's skull on a bed?
Yeah, and even punching her in the face is not crushing a skull.
Right. Yeah.
No, you gotta beat the living. No, you gotta beat the living shit out of somebody, or smack them up against the wall, their head, or something like.
Or maybe that
So
was
he must have been told.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he must have been told something from, I'm assuming, one branch, but as far as the details and the other aspects,
that's a lot
it
of
sounds like
damage
they haven't told him
in a
shit.
period of time. I've watched the new Dexter. Yeah. She's right though, guys. Cy can't be. He's gagged until the judge unseals and lifts that with him. And I bet you Cy's the last person. He'll probably be the last one that he unseals.
So Steve thinks that Brian held her down by her mouth and attempted to sexually assault her. That's exactly what Steve thinks as of right now.
I don't think Steve thinks Brian did it by himself at this point.
I understand. I'm just saying, going by what he just kind of revealed of, he can only basically make out what he knows. He doesn't know all the facts. So he can kind of, he has to make it up in his head, which is sad, dude. That he has to imagine what happened to his kid, and it's almost fucking 3 years now.
Yeah, imagine it's a sexual thing. He thought or mentioned it being a sexual thing and gagging. Okay, well, what did they do?
And the gag order, and the gag order was,
you know what a ball gag
and the
is?
fucking gag order was dropped how many hours ago? And you're telling me he hasn't been told yet? Nobody fucking gave him the courtesy to call him from the prosecution side,
right?
Are you kidding me?
Said that Cy said it shouldn't be too long because he is working back to front, which is good. Good to hear. And that's when he'll be able to do the interview with you, Lana. I hope, because I want to hear what he's got to say.
What's their excuse? If Steve calls him and says, what happened to my daughter? What's their excuse that they can't tell him right now?
I want to know how that works legally, because that's their daughter. That's their family. How do you not? I don't understand any of that. That's what doesn't make sense to me.
You're telling me they won't tell him because he comes out and talks on the news? Fuck that.
I don't know.
That'd be wild. You know what I mean? If they're like, yo, we can't have him going out.
That's a good point, Twiz.
Something's wrong here, bro.
6-minute timeline, right? All of that happened in 6 minutes. The 4 people, mind you. Let's see what else Trashley has to say after this.
Skull was crushed, dude. That's heavy.
To the corners of her mouth, as though she had been maybe gagged with a hand or with an implement in some way. That's new. I had not heard that before. And the fact that someone had left that courtroom investigation and called him and said, I'm angry with this gag process. I'm angry that you're not being given information. And I will tell you personally, I know what's on Brian Koberger's phone. There's at least a search for drunk, passed out girls and gagged girls. All of that seems to comport. With new information.
She acts like we didn't just watch the fucking video, dude.
Really, I don't know about Maddie.
Well, how does she said she knew about it.
It's the very least that he knows, and he does.
I just don't understand. She's narrating back. She's narrating back to us what the fuck she just talked to Steve about. Like we didn't just watch it.
But she's acting like she knew about it before he told us. I have all the information from Brian's phone.
Well, she's not. Well, obviously. Well, I mean, if you're watching the If you're watching the video, we just saw him tell her, and now she's like talking to us like it's our first time hearing it. What the fuck's going on here?
Yeah. Very.
Where's her opinions on it?
We'll find out here in a
Let's
minute.
go. Let's go.
Hopefully soon, dude. I'm dying.
Information. It's very, very sad to hear
12
that
o'clock on a fucking Wednesday.
provide a fulsome victims impact statement at sentencing next week, but feel that they cannot because they don't really know what happened to her. They don't have the full story on what happened.
Yeah, we know.
And I don't think they will either because, and here's the big part. I mentioned this in my podcast last night, but the process is finicky. You may feel as though when you saw Bryan Kohberger stand up in court and say, yes, I did it. Yes, I killed each one of them. Yes, I'm the murderer. You may feel like, well, it's over. He's a convicted felon. He's not. Shocker. The process is not legally complete until sentencing. We learned that with Ken Lay, many of us in the media. Ken Lay in Enron was guilty, but died before his sentencing. And thus it's vacated. Same with Aaron Hernandez.
What the fuck?
They're not convicted because the conviction isn't complete until the sentence is brought down, gavel comes down. And so we're still in
Nice
that
comparison,
little,
actually.
right?
Yeah.
We're still floating between, is it still really going to be a guilty plea and a life sentence, no parole, no appeal? We're not done yet, right? I said it last night. Bryan Kohberger could still sit with us. He could. He could still stand up at sentencing and say, I changed my mind. I'm going to withdraw that guilty plea, and I'm going to twist the knife even more into everybody in the process, including those families.
She needs to stop saying that shit.
It looks as though Ann Taylor, his lawyer, filed a motion yesterday to keep the gag order in place. Whether she wants it in place or not, I think she's making sure that this deal goes through, or at least that Bryan Kohberger does not have an additional arrow in his quiver to come after her and say, I want to appeal.
Now he's an archer.
Assistance of counsel. Now he's giving up his appeal rights, right? He is doing that, but that doesn't come into effect until after sentencing. So up until then, anything goes. We're still in play with this guy. And that's probably a really good reason why a lot of this stuff in the gag order is still in play, right? Still being suppressed from public knowledge. Just in case any of it messes with the process that's in place now, whether you agree with it or not, right? Whether you, and there's so many of you who don't agree with this plea. I get it. Steve Gonzalez, not the least of whom does not agree, but the process could be destroyed. And then we are right back where we started. And that trial date is gone. They do not have that jury pool ready to go at this point because, we're like, time is ticking. So there's so much still in play. I just wanted you to know that don't hold your breath at this point, or maybe hold your breath, because not until next week do we know that this guy will be locked without the key, right? Locked up with the key thrown away, never to be heard from again. Until that time, I think everybody's walking on eggshells, including within the process. I'm not inside their heads. I'm not inside the courtroom. I'm not inside judges' chambers. I'm certainly not inside Ann Taylor's office, although I would like to be. But me thinks that she was being very protective of the situation that she's in right now.
And say what?
Did she just say me thinks? I swear to God, she just like me thinks. What are you talking like a troll now?
I know. She's been talking like a robot for the past couple minutes.
She's either exhausted or drunk or something. She said me thinks. Good God. Hold on.
I think everybody's
me thinks. She didn't say me thinks.
I'm not inside their heads. I'm not inside the courtroom. I'm not inside judges' chambers. I'm certainly not inside Ann Taylor's office, although I would like to be. But me thinks that she was being very protective.
Me thinks. She said, me thinks. I'm done with her forever.
Covering the ass of the process to make sure he can't come back and say, I want another crack at this apple because my lawyer
This
sucks.
is the last time I watched Ashley Banfield.
Well, she did that. She put that on the table. She put that on the record. She also mentioned something, if you missed last night's podcast, that really surprised me, that she thought that lifting this gag order before sentencing,
I could take the cursing
on the fire.
I could take the lying.
Good night,
being
AR.
made to Brian Koberger,
Great night,
I
guys.
can't take the me thanks.
his family.
See you, bud.
That ain't right. And to court staff. That ain't right. So she's just putting that on the record that she's concerned, lifting everything in the gag order could be a real problem before sentencing for all involved, at least those three parties. So super interesting reading, being made public at this point. And Steve gives us that other side of the victim's family, right? How they're being treated. And it looks like they're not being treated any different than you and me. And that breaks my heart. I always feel like the families deserve so much more than you and I do. And God, I hope they don't have to go through the lengthy process that Steve just outlined. Freedom of information request on every single one of these 250 plus motions. It's 3 different levels of government. Let's just pray that it's a lot easier for them. Thank you so much for watching. If you're listening, thank you so much for listening. And as always, remember, I'm Ashley Banfield. I am here for you. The truth isn't just serious. It's drop dead serious.
Me here for you. Me are here for you.
Was she not listening to Hitler today when Hitler basically said, fuck your FOIA requests?
Thank you, Dobby. That's her new name from
Me
now
thanks.
on. Her name's Dobby. Yeah, I don't think she was, because she's either that or she's just completely like brain dead at this point, because that was nuts. Okay.
Me thinks that Brian, right, is when we get to sentencing day, is going to stand up and take whatever the hell the judge and anybody else says to him and sit down and go directly to prison and not say a damn word. That's what he thinks. What do you guys think? Do you guys think he's gonna
Fucking Willie, shut up.
say what?
You fucking thinks you're
I'm trying to get your opinion.
Dude.
I was telling you what me thinks. I want to know what you guys think.
I don't even know.
Me thinks that Banfield wasn't listening when Hitler basically told everyone, fuck your FOIA requests.
Yeah, me thinks that Banfield don't listen to anybody.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Willie. Oh,
dude, she spoke like a fucking 4-year-old. God, help us.
Me thinks.
Like it was normal. Right to our face. Explain to us what just happened. And she said me things.
She's so emotional, too.
It's after midnight.
I can't.
It's after midnight. She turned it back into a troll, bro.
Yeah, not when she did this shit, though, dude. She recorded this shit earlier in the day, definitely. There's no excuse for me things. You know what I mean? I'm tired of. I would never fuck up and say me thanks.
Hey, Dago.
What's up, Robert? How are you, bud?
I'm doing okay. How you guys doing?
Good.
What's up, bro? What's
really
your
good.
opinion on all this shit?
After all that insanity.
Me thinks she's nuts.
Yeah, me thinks she is too. Me thinks she's in big trouble. Man.
4 words. Me
That's
thinks
that's the new thing, folks. That's how we have to talk from now on. See if she catches on, because you know she watches a bunch of these
Unbelievable.
shows.
She sounded like Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, that's it. Jar Jar.
Right.
Misa Tinka. Sodo yet. Yes. Oh God, Ashley.
Oh my God. I'm
great.
supposed to take that seriously.
Me thinks Trashy drinks too much. Yeah, maybe.
I'm so happy you played the rest of that video and didn't, because I was like, why is he playing her dumbass opinion? But now I'm happy you did. Fucking me things.
So what do we think about what Steve said, though? I mean, before we go even into her,
he said a lot of shit, dude.
Yep,
a whole lot in a very short period of time.
Yeah, he gave some stuff up.
Well,
bunch of different nuggets.
We were told in the beginning, but it was dismissed very quickly that they even dismissed it during a press conference that they were gagged. Remember? I think it was Fry that dismissed that. Oh, I'm about to put one in my merch store right now, Mitchie girl. Swear to God. I'm doing it.
Me.
Somebody got some white noise.
I am doing it right now. I think it's Robert. You got some stuff in the background, buddy.
My air conditioner.
That's all right. They just missed the gagging thing at the press conference in the beginning of the case, I remember. And Fry said it wasn't true. That's right.
You might be able to click on your audio, and yeah, I think you can
I got
cancel
it.
your.
You're good now.
Yeah, there's a way to like do with the audio here. What'd you say, Dago?
Well, one, I'm putting the Methinks T-shirt in my merch store now. That's happening right now.
Methinks.
I was crying, Willie. Shut up. You made me cry, dude. I was laughing that hard.
That's the greatest thing I've ever heard, dude.
So, like, I'm sorry, Miss Potts. What are your thoughts on what Steve said? Not what Chicken Neck said.
Well, methinks it's very interesting that that he's talking about. I mean, I don't know. We shouldn't be laughing, but what else are you gonna do, right? But no, seriously, methinks that him talking about two of these fetishes being in that room, one of them being, a person being gagged. He's saying that Mabbit is the one telling him that she was like someone held down her mouth or put something in her mouth and, damage to her skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, damage to her skull is what he said. So to me, that's,
he said her skull was crushed.
No, he said damage to her skull.
Yeah, damage to the skull.
Shit, rewind it. Bring it up.
Wait, before you rewind it, you will owe me.
No, it doesn't.
Bring it up.
It doesn't matter.
He said her skull was crushed.
He said there was damage to her skull.
Yeah, and he put his hand back.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Miss Potts is correct.
What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet?
I just said you are buying me a steak.
Okay, and if not, then you have to buy me a steak.
Because I know I'm right, so you can just cash out me the steak money.
Okay, we'll see.
I'll bet my age for your muscles.
I swear.
Okay.
Watch.
That wasn't funny.
Watch when you get off here and you watch it back. You're gonna be like, "Wow, I owe an apology in the morning."
I tend to go either way, man.
I will not owe you an apology.
I'm talking to Annie.
Play it back, Dago.
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay, Dago.
You don't have to. I'm telling you flat out, you're wrong.
Oh, bro, you could just cash at me the money. I know I'm right.
No, not at all. Not at all. I know exactly what he said.
And you said that
before Ashley cut him off.
Out of Steve's
So he said his hand was over her mouth like, hold on, sir. Hand was over her mouth like this, and her skull was crushed. And then Ashley started talking. Horse shit. Bring it up.
He said there was damage to her skull.
Okay, we'll see. Skull was crushed.
I'm afraid to watch.
Did someone with the investigation describe that
I hope we're both wrong.
Was gagged during this horrible crime?
I was told that by somebody in I can give that out. That was Mabbit. That was Mabbit who gave that information.
What did she say?
There was some damage there. There was some damage around her mouth right here, like somebody had like pressed in and like tried to keep her quiet. She'd been hit multiple times in her head, and her skull was damaged.
Damaged.
Hold on.
Damaged.
Oh, her skull was damaged.
Let him talk.
Her skull was damaged.
Let him talk.
Okay,
let him talk. It's not over yet.
They're telling me I gotta go, so we gotta fly. We gotta fly out of here.
Understandable. And just
See, I wasn't talking about that time. There's another time he was talking.
That was the only time, dude.
No, that's the only time he mentioned that.
Damaged. So he said damaged.
Man, I can't wait to get those muscles, man.
He said damaged.
A T-bone or a porterhouse.
But you don't have to cash out. You don't have to cash out me money for a steak, even though I'm correct.
Listen, I will.
You know I love you to death, homie. But you know if I tell you I'm right, I'm right. I don't know why you don't listen.
I swear he said crushed.
It's 12:10, Willie. Stop arguing. Just let it go.
No, dude. No. Rewind it. Rewind it. You rewind it back like 10 seconds. Rewind it back like 30 seconds. I want to hear the full description of him talking about her head.
We
Please.
got the 112 surveillance even before they got it. We were the ones that tell them to go to these cameras and pull them off. I'm sure they already were going to do that anyway, but we got it before they did. So they were just concerned that they weren't in control and we knew too much stuff. And
Did someone with the investigation describe that Kaylee or Maddie was gagged during this horrible crime?
I was told that by somebody in I can give that out. That was Babbitt. That was Babbitt who gave that information.
Fuck, I was wrong. Fuck
There was
me.
some damage for her. There was some damage around her mouth, right here, like
Is
somebody
that
had
her damage?
pressed in and like tried to keep her quiet. She'd been hit multiple times in her head, and her skull was damaged. So, all right, they're telling me I gotta go, so we gotta
I was
fly.
wrong. Fuck me.
Just for our viewers, Kathy Babbitt is the.
Where
is
the
the
hell did I
contact-
get crushed?
Methinks
Could I flip
you
that when he
should
said that?
probably listen.
Oh, it was your ego, Willie, telling you.
Methinks you need to listen.
Yeah, there's no
Linda,
way. There's
listen,
no way I was
Linda.
gonna fucking let. There's no way I was letting that go. 0% chance. Because I remember
thing
freaking
is-
out when he said it.
I think the thing is that it's the first time you've heard that, and so
Yeah.
you're accepting like, oh my God, what did I just hear? What did I just hear? And so your brain probably said, did he say crushed?
Well, I remember freaking out. Well, I remember like I remember when it was like when we were listening to it for the first time, and I flipped out when he said it. I was like, wait, what the
Right.
fuck?
Well,
I mean, everybody
it's all new
Willie knows
information.
I am truly just messing with him. This is,
Yeah, I knew
and
too.
he knows that. Maybe,
Oh no,
maybe people in the
obviously I
chat.
know
I don't
that.
know.
We
I can't
fucking
see chat, but
talk every day.
No, I
Well, that's why I was
I'm
scared.
just
Well, that's why I
messing
was
with
scared
him.
when you first.
all in good.
Well, that's why I was
all in
scared when
good
you first came up. When you first came up, I was talking to you. I was scared people were like going to take that seriously, because like I guess it's hard with like perception and shit.
I think
No.
what
Yeah.
he meant. I think what he meant by two drunk girls in the bed, from his porn or his fetishes. You had Kaylee and Maddie drunk in the bed. That was his fetish. Two drunk girls in a bed.
And gagged
And gagged.
girls. That was the other thing. So that says early
And gagged,
on, we were told. Even Kim said that it was talked about that they were gagged. Okay, and then it was all dismissed by Chief Fry. They said no. So why would they hide something like that? And why would they deny something like that, detail specifically like that? There's got to be a reason.
That's my big that for this long. I mean, they didn't even tell him how the fuck his daughter died.
Yeah, right. Right.
Are you kidding me, dude?
No, me thinks that that's 100% real. So
He had to get it
It's
from
12. It's 12:13 Eastern. It's 12:14 Eastern Standard Time. The gag order has been lifted for I don't know how many hours, and this man doesn't know his daughter died.
no,
Still.
none of them do. None of them do. None of the families know how
What
their
in the
kids.
flying fuck is going on?
Like I stated on AR's live earlier, and you were there, Dago, when I stated this is going to go down in history as the most non-transparent case in the United States judicial history. Even with lifting the gag order, it's still going to be non-transparent. It's going to be even more murkier.
Oh, here's the big question though, Robert. With this whole thing, why? Why is it so? Why is there zero
All that
transparency?
filing for
What are
nothing.
they hiding?
secrets. Some sort of secret
Behind
going
something,
on.
dude. And who are they protecting?
That's just it. Yeah,
Minors?
who are they protecting?
Are there minors? So now we have minors involved. Let's think about this, right? Let's think about some new information we learned today. Something about minors, right? Now
Right.
we learn that Steve has no idea which means that none of the families were told how their child died, which means how can we even trust that they were all just stabbed and not drugged and stabbed or strangled and stabbed or shot and stabbed? I mean, I don't know. Who the hell knows?
Well,
Like
I'd
we
like to
don't
know, Brian had
anything
any
could
teeth
be.
marks in Brian?
It's all up
Did
in the
Brian
air.
have
You know
any?
what I mean?
Did Brian have any teeth marks in his hand anywhere?
Yeah, because if
Well,
Anything,
we only saw one hand, right?
That's true, but
one of the new documents, which is the sealing of S1 from Ashley Jennings, she states the reason why they're sealing it is to protect personal privacy for for whoever Ann Taylor had requested discovery for.
right. Thank you, Kiki, so much for the super chat. She says, "Me thinks you need a tip." Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's a good point, Robert.
Hey,
Me
very
thinks that
good
was
point.
nice.
Can you
I
turn
still want
down
to
your mic
know
a little
who is
bit?
being protected or what is being protected. Like Annie said, there's something
Somebody.
right in the
Brian,
middle of all this that is being protected. Okay,
Brian,
and then
Koberger.
But
when
then
Annie's
but
gonna
then
go
my whole
work,
thing is like, what did they promise Brian to fucking take the fall for it
well, according to when he answered Hitler, nothing.
and not rat out the people that actually did it if he was involved and not alone? Like,
The
there's
way
no way
Steve's
he's
talking,
again. This is his first time ever arrested and shit. Like, people want to act like he's this hardened criminal that's like not going to give up his,
the way
come on, dude.
the way Steve's talking, thank you so much, Brian. Get to the membership. Hold on, let me see who it is. But the way Steve's talking is they promised him a law enforcement position within the prison system. That's what he
Yeah,
said.
and I want to know,
Who said that?
who called him and told him that.
Who
That's a
said
good
that?
point.
If that was
That's what he
the
said.
cops, like, yeah, if
He
that's
said,
like some chatter in there that like that's what they want to kind of use them for. That'd be wild
and
if some
congratulations
shit like
to the
that actually
Unique.
goes down.
Welcome to the sauce. Thank you, Brian, for that. Appreciate that, buddy. That went to Typically Unique, so we got another meatball. Yeah,
Nice.
that's crazy shit. Everything he said tonight was absolutely like,
Yeah,
wow.
man.
Now, you do realize that the 23rd is
Yes,
the thing,
the
and
sentencing hearing.
Hitler has set the entire day and
2 days.
maybe the next day.
2 days. Yes.
Yeah, 2 days for this, and so Dago, you going to be on speed that day, or
I've done it
how are we
before.
going to
When
cover it?
is that the thing?
The 23rd.
23rd.
It's a Wednesday. I'll be here all day,
Yeah, this coming
both
Wednesday.
days.
Damn,
Whatever.
bro. This guy has fucking 6 days until he pleads
Right.
his life away. Well,
6
he already
days.
did. Oh my god, he already did until he gets sentenced, I guess. That's right. He already fucking signed his life away. I guess he
Unless
can
something.
withdraw it, but wouldn't he withdraw it like within these next like 6 days? Like it doesn't need to be like court and cameras on for him to withdraw his fucking plea, right? He can do it at any time.
Right. And the question is, they're going to have witness impact statements, which
Yeah,
God
that
knows who that's going to be. We
dude,
don't know
that
who
in
it's going to be.
itself would make me not want to plead to something I didn't do. Just thinking of like somebody sitting there crying, thinking that I'm their closure when I have nothing to do with this, or I'm not their like. Oh my god, man,
But
that sounds terrifying.
what comes first? If there's a move that they're going to make, somehow saying like Ann Taylor is going to back out, and they're going to bring in Greta Garbo or whatever her name is.
Victor Barlow.
But bringing it, okay, but that has to happen after sentencing and everything.
Well, so
I'm
you
assuming,
think
or are people saying they're going to bring him? They're going to bring her in if he withdraws his plea, dude. If he withdraws his plea, he's a jackass. If he withdraws his plea and takes this to court now, he's screwed because all this can be used against him now in court. This whole plea,
right?
So
fact that he already pleaded guilty.
Yeah, I think he's going to plea, and then maybe sometime in the future, something I don't know. I don't know what can happen, but again, my prediction is that blood samples, multiple blood samples, are going to play a big role in the future when it comes to, like, this case, which it should, because
You mean like on the railing and stuff like that?
on the railing and
Well, did anybody ever test that stuff? Did the
the glove.
defense ever test that stuff? That's what I want to know. The
They
glove.
should have.
Well,
They should have.
Annie, is she here?
Okay, yeah, I'm here. Yes.
No, I can answer that. I can answer that question, but it's going to be,
Well, I'm.
something that you taught me. You want to answer that for him?
Mhm. It's just my opinion. I taught Willie nothing. Okay, don't believe what he says.
Bullshit.
But what is my opinion is that more than likely, when they went to their resource judge, because it's not like the defense can say, "Here, go test this DNA for us." They need money for that. In order to have DNA tested, they would have to go to their resource judge. They would have to ask for money to get that kind of testing done,
Correct.
especially if they wanted to do their own IgG or whatever. And I mean, I'm guessing if you have 3 to 4 other unidentified male DNAs and it's going to cost you, what, 8 grand ish, 9 grand ish to figure out who that DNA belongs to. Maybe your resource judge didn't grant you the funds you needed to get it tested.
Good point.
So in that case, I don't know if legally that can play any kind of part in anything, but if there's any kind of plan, dude, that blood has to be part of it. Because, like,
And if we also
you can't
remember,
tell me that touch DNA should, topple fucking blood DNA in any case ever.
and if we,
But that's the
and if we,
stupidest shit I've ever heard.
and if we all remember, in the very beginning of the case, you had the prosecution stating that the unknown male DNA was a non-factor, and they just shelved it.
It's a crock. It's a crock of shit. It's on the railing and on the glove, correct?
On the sheath too.
And then is only 2 places?
The sheath too.
The sheath, but the sheath had. Did it have an unknown male sample?
Yeah.
Or was it just
The
the
sheath
mixed? Or was it the mixed sample?
the sheath apparently had no less than 4 because we have item Q11,
Right.
well, area, and item Q11 through Q14. So if you have Q11 and you have Q14, the logical deduction would be there's a 2 and a 3 in there somewhere as well.
Yep.
According to Bill, all that was found was single source male, and then the female DNA that was on the sheath belonged to the victims. That's according to Bill, but
Okay.
the
You see what I
documents
mean? So, like, if
would
Anne was in,
dictate that there's no less than 4.
yeah, but I thought because this is a death penalty case and all that, that the defense is allowed to do their own independent investigation. So who the hell are they to deny her money? This is the whole problem with having a fucking public defender, right?
Well, I mean, it's all about like how much is allocated for your case, right? Like it's not unlimited funds, and
so how do you actually get a fair trial then in this
if you want to
country?
take 4 DNAs from your case that law enforcement never did anything with, but these profiles are still within the lab, or that, I mean, for all we know, the lab dispositioned them. This is why they were asking for all, non-candidate matches and dispositioned, things like that. So, that's why they wanted it all, but you still need to get the funding to test that. Whether or not they did, I have no idea, but it's not cheap. And that's
And
per sample.
Don't forget what was
if
under
you're trying to
Maddie's
do
nails
3 or
too.
4, it's a lot of money.
Right. Don't forget what was under Maddie's nails too.
Ethan's DNA.
Well, see, that was all tested by the lab. We're talking about samples that were never tested by the
never
lab. They
tested,
were
got
never
you.
run through CODIS. They were
Yeah,
never subjected to
but
IgG.
they did because they knew they were males, so they must have done at least something with them. Correct?
Good night,
You can't
Tomboy.
just know
No.
something is a male or female by just looking at some fucking DNA.
Well, yes, obviously they understand that they have these male profiles. The problem
Mhm.
is that
Yes.
those male profiles, even after becoming aware, so the lab became aware of unknown male B and unknown male D by like December 17th, I think it was.
Mhm.
They had let
Mm.
them know about these two other male profiles. This is the day after they are already monitoring Brian going into a CVS in Pennsylvania. And they also sit on it for another 10 days until they collect the trash on the 27th. And then, even after they collect the trash, those two particular samples, male B and D, there's never until this very day, as far as we know, no testing done by the state. There was
Right.
never anything done with those two samples by the state at all.
Right. Exactly.
Well,
That's ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
it is. It's ridiculous that law enforcement didn't look into them, like, instead of this invisible fucking DNA they had to build this tree for, and yada yada yada. When you have you visibly see the blood and you don't give a shit. That just blows my mind, dude. Blows
It
my
shows
mind.
they wanted to shut this case down ASAP.
Good night,
That's what it
SRB.
seems
Yeah,
like to me. They
yeah.
want
I
this
mean, just
case
that in itself
over and
is
done with.
reasonable doubt to take it to court, right? Like, and then you throw everything else. We can all list in on how many things a defense attorney could fight. It's just there's no explanation on why he took a plea deal other than he was promised something, or I don't know.
Right.
I
No,
mean,
they
Or
Andy,
the
you could be right that something came out, but if it's just because he didn't want his parents to hear something, then I
That's
mean that's
not
kind of
enough.
stupid in my opinion.
That's not enough.
yeah.
No. Like
or
I
the
said, I think it's all related to, in my opinion, and I could be wrong. I more than likely am. But when Hitler said that they were going to appoint a special prosecutor to look into this whole leaker thing, I
Yeah.
think that it was going to be found. A lot more was going to be found out than just a leak. Okay, and I think they got nervous, and everybody said we got to go, and
Mm.
everything fell apart from that point forward. If you think about it.
But what I don't understand is Anne went from being a public defender, now she's a private attorney, right?
Yeah, and I heard today that she hasn't been getting paid since. I don't know if that's true or she hasn't billed the state, whatever. I I heard that today. Is that
I
true?
guess
I don't know.
all I want to know is how did she go from, I mean, you saw her like not giddiness, but you saw her like pep in a step when around the time she said that she felt that she told Judge, Your Honor, Brian is innocent, to like, these last couple here, she's just like, feels like she doesn't give a shit. Like, I want to know what
Maybe
happened in between there.
maybe she found out what was really going on in this case, Willie.
That would be my reason. Yeah, that would be my
she
reason.
looked defeated. The last few times I've seen her, she looks exhausted and defeated.
Yep, absolutely right.
Yeah.
Well, it's been
I
being
just want to
everybody's
know how
been
you go
saying,
from, yeah, I just want to know how you go from filing 1,000 fucking things, every week and fighting for this and fighting for that. And then you throw it all in, you throw the towel
all
in
right.
right around
Let
basically
me
game
let me
time.
let me ask
We're
you
gonna
this,
find
Willie.
out in 6 days. We're
Let me
gonna
ask you
find
this:
out in six
if
days.
you were putting together like a model ship, okay, and
Mhm.
it says and you look, or no, I'm sorry, let's go simple. You're putting together a puzzle, and it says the box says 500
Mhm.
pieces. You dump it all out on the table, and
Yeah.
you start separating all the pieces, piece for piece, and then oh shit, you happen to notice on the side of the box it says 10 million pieces instead of 500 pieces. Uh, what the fuck? What
Hmm.
am I gonna do with this? That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's the deal. Like she realized that what the hell? Like maybe there's something deep going on here that she wasn't gonna win this. You know what I mean?
All right.
And
Okay,
kind
but
of gave up a little bit.
okay, but but she had time.
I understand.
She
But what
said
if
she didn't have time.
what if it didn't matter how much time you had, that you were never going to be able to come to an end result on this, Willie, with what's going on? You see what
Then
I'm saying?
stand the fuck up, right? Stand up and tell that to the judge, because this is your duty, right, to defend this person. And if you can't do it because of whatever reason, then say it,
I can agree with you.
right?
And
I
that
don't know
might
how
Okay.
be
bad it is, though. We don't know
what
how bad it
happens.
could be.
That might be what happens too.
What is she fighting against? That's the thing. We don't know. It could be something way bigger and deeper than what we could ever imagine, that there was never going to be an
So
outcome
then,
with.
distance yourself. Give the kid, give I call him a kid. Give him a fighting chance.
I
I
agree
don't.
with you. I
It's just
agree with you.
Give him a new lawyer.
Maybe that's what's
let him
going on
fucking
that we don't
represent himself,
see.
for Christ's sakes. But pleading?
I don't know,
That's
dude.
for
I
a
don't
different
know why.
judge. I don't know. Scream, piss
Can
on the
he say?
floor, do something. But you
Maybe he
plead?
doesn't know what to
Say
do, Willie. Maybe he has no idea what the fuck to do with this.
right.
That's the whole thing. Is I just wish he didn't put so much fucking trust in her, man.
Well, I mean, he
From
had
the
no
get.
choice.
Well, he could have
Nobody else,
leveraged the public. Don't tell me that.
nobody was buying him a lawyer, and this is what he had. And I
Well,
guess
he didn't even. He was
anyway.
content with her, obviously.
Well,
Well,
at first, I think
he couldn't
everybody was at
afford
first,
anybody
but
else.
if she
He
got
couldn't
deep into
afford.
this and realized something's way wrong here,
Yeah.
maybe she talked to Cy herself, and he
You
said,
know,
"Listen,
wants to tell his parents and shit not to talk to anybody or yada yada yada. Be careful, be careful. Well, when people try to help and shit and get him a paid lawyer, and she wants to get paid and shit, well, yeah, there you go.
Koberger's
it could
couldn't
be,
even
So
it
pay
he
could
her.
he
be."
he wanted Ann. Trust me.
See,
I don't know.
if you look at it, the judge was also a problem too, because every time she filed a motion, the judge would deny it.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
every time she filed
Yeah,
a
yeah, but
motion,
the
he would
prosecution. Yeah,
go
but the
ahead.
prosecution was allowed to go past their fucking deadline by how many months?
Yeah, Judge Hippler is a pro prosecution judge. Judge Hippler is pro prosecution, and I've
Yeah,
sit back and studied him, and he is very pro prosecution. He even stated he didn't want this case by that comment. I would say it's nice to meet you, but I wouldn't want to tell a half truth. So
yeah,
he didn't want this case in
yeah.
his
He didn't want to be
courtroom.
here. He didn't want to be here from the beginning. It's just so weird that there was so many. You just felt like there was so much stuff in motion. The wheels were turning. There was that hearing in Pennsylvania, which fucking, Annie spent 15 hours of her goddamn life just driving to, basically, to go to that. And then in that time frame, the whole time you're working up, you're thinking about taking a plea deal. Like, where the hell does that even come into play, and when, and why? Is it how is it even ever a
Does that
thought when you're
explain? Does that explain what Ann was doing today? If I know everybody else noticed it, if I did, Pebbles is right. She was very disengaged, and it was like referring, and she was like
Everything
everything. She was
Becca.
throwing it over to Bicca. She wasn't
Yep.
answering anything.
Right.
Yeah,
I
she
don't,
totally
and that
deferred today.
And
Totally,
the
she
what was up
deferred.
with that?
and the
completely,
judge
dude. And I'm telling you, it's strange. It's strange.
and the
Annie,
judge
what's your opinion on that
started saying not to do
on
anything.
that deferring shit?
Sorry, go
Annie
What,
ahead.
when
still
Anne
here?
deferred to Becca?
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I'm here. What,
Yeah.
when Anne deferred
What's
to
the
Becca?
Well,
yeah?
no, it got
That's
to
like
the
you asking
point
me a question
judge
and me
didn't even
deferring it to
ask.
fucking Dago.
The judge didn't
Well,
ask
yeah, she
Ann.
deferred it.
Yeah,
Annie,
ask Becca. And then the
okay,
judge
never
started
mind.
going directly to Miss Beck. Do you have anything you want to say? Like Ann was out of it. She's like, down. And that's what makes me think that he's going to plead insufficient counsel or whatever it is and try to get this thing going again, trying to get the trial going again. I don't know what the law is on all that, but that's what I think is going to happen.
Well, I
Congratulations,
mean,
Willie.
I would just
Annie,
imagine they already decided on that before they even logged into the Zoom. It was already decided that it was going to be Becca giving any commentary or whatever regarding, this gag order.
Right.
So
Well,
it's not like they went in there and then Anne at the last minute decided to defer to Bicca. I'm sure that was already discussed amongst the
Yeah, it
team
was.
before the
No, I get
hearing
it. I
even
get it.
started.
there was
I just
about
find it
there was about
funny that the newest fucking attorney is getting deferred to questions. That's all.
well, it's like 15 minutes in before the hearing actually started because I had to scroll way down through and then poof, there it was. So they had some kind of a meeting beforehand. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, I think so too.
So what did they talk about? Maybe that.
Everybody just
maybe
chilling in
why.
their houses and Brian's in a fucking cell. That was sad.
It's kind of like when Mass F did the alternate perps. Each attorney does it. Yeah, that could be it too. But what? Yeah, Twiz. But that wasn't Bicca's department though. What they were talking about, she only dealt with the DNA stuff, right? Fuck, I don't know, guys. I'm exhausted. It's 12:30 in the morning here. I don't know what to think after all that.
My friend unalived the pedophile. Good.
He was convicted life, no parole. He couldn't make
Damn it.
a statement because pedophile was the victim. Family could hear the truth about their precious. Oh, Jesus! Wow.
I have a question. A really important question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys get
Yeah,
those
fuck that.
little white things under your names that says like Dago changed his to me thanks, and he's always said keep your hair on. How do you do that? Because I have nothing under my name, and I can put a lot of shit under my
If
name.
you click the three buttons on
You
your
gotta do
little
it on
square,
StreamYard.
Randy, click the little three buttons on your square, and it'll say
No, you gotta do
on-
it before you come up.
Oh, do you?
anyway, it says edit name and headline.
Oh,
Here,
okay.
what do you want yours to say, Randy?
No, I'll keep that to myself till I do it. I don't know. I love Willie. I love
There
Dago.
you go. I gave you a
I
title.
love Miss Potts. I love Unleashed. There's a lot of things I could say, but what
You
a
got
great
one now.
conversation. I can't. What?
I said you got one now.
Yeah.
You did. How did you do that? You did that for me.
Yeah, I just clicked on the thing down at the bottom. I can change everybody's.
Oh, like if you don't like what somebody says, you can change
Dude,
it. That's
you and Brian, what's
They-
Brian's
they-
last name?
Brian.
Yeah, Rambling. You guys sound alike, dude. We need
They
to
do.
get Brian up here one night with
He
with
tried.
you,
He
man.
tried to come up here. He
You
couldn't get his
guys,
mic to work.
I need to hear you guys talk to each other.
Brian Hoffman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
need to
can't get his
hear
microphone to work, otherwise-
Randy and Brian fucking talk to each other, dude.
what
He
does it
tried to
look like?
come up earlier and he
That'd be
can't.
great.
Maybe he's my doppelganger. I don't know. Who
Could
knows?
be. Could be.
Yeah. And then I want you to put a beanie on, and then dude, you need to come up on Dinky's one time because you look like an American Dinky.
Yeah. Yes.
Captain.
All right, kids.
Oh
I gotta
shit!
go.
When he has his
I gotta
glasses
go to
on.
sleep. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, me thinks it's time
Well,
to go.
Good night.
yeah,
Me thinks it's time for bed.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Listen,
exhausted.
you guys were amazing, all of you. I appreciate you very much.
Great live, Dago.
Thank you for
Are you
having me.
gonna?
Dago.
Do
All right,
you
Robert,
know
have
what
a good
time?
night,
Does anybody know what time the sentencing is?
23rd, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock in the morning.
It'll be
it starts.
11 here, I think. I'll be live with it. I'll be live an hour, half hour early.
It's gonna be all day long.
Yeah, bring a lunch, Willie.
So if anything is if anything is filed, she living. See ya, Annie. If anything's filed from now until then, what would it like? Would it be on that site still, or is that closed now, or like what?
I'll be looking every day, Willie, every day like I do, and I'll throw it up.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like how it works, or how somebody withdraws, or like what they have to do. Does like he have to write a letter, or does like how does that work?
It's gotta be put.
The Idaho. What is it?
Yeah, with withdrawing a plea, like when you withdraw a plea, what do you like? Do you have to write a fucking letter?
I think the attorney has to do it.
I think the attorney has to do it.
I think the attorney has to do it.
Do you have to write a fucking letter?
I think the attorney has to
So
do
the-
it.
Yeah, but what if you don't have an attorney? Or like, what if? But what if he's feeling like he can't really trust anybody right now, and he wants to go directly to?
There you go.
I don't know.
Would you send him like a kite?
Could be. He could pass a note. I don't know. It's going to show up in here if there's any documents dropped, Willie, right here.
Can you put that link on, Dago, by any chance, to get to that?
Yeah, sure can.
Because I've never had it, and
thank you, Miss Annie. I appreciate you joining us as always. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat for you guys right now. Hold on a minute. All right, right there it is, right there in the chat. Randy, thank you for joining me too, brother. Robert, thank you for jumping up here. AR, appreciate you. Willie, sorry, I won. There's the link right there, guys. I'll be in here tomorrow. Maybe, hopefully in the morning. I can do a regular morning show. We'll see.
We've gone all day, so I think you can handle. Yeah, I think you can handle a morning show. You just gone all day. Go sleep 2 hours. Get up, have some coffee, and let's go.
What time is it there, Dago?
It is 12:41, just like it is for you.
Me too.
So same time. Gotcha.
Yeah, we're
all right. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow then.
Hey, Willie, great talking to you, man. Nice
Sounds
seeing
like a plan.
Randy, have a good night.
All right.
Dago, have a good one, my man. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, gentlemen.
See you, Chuck.
All right. Take it easy, guys.
Bye.
All righty. Bye-bye, Randy. All right, guys. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. I appreciate you guys so much. Everybody on panel tonight was great. I didn't expect all that, but that was awesome. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Okay, and let's see. Everybody in the chat, thank you guys so much for joining us, as always. You guys are amazing, and don't forget to love yourselves, love each other, and don't change a thing, because you all know you're the beautiful people, and I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye, y'all. Good night, and God bless. Thank you, mods, for sticking around for way too long. You guys are awesome. Have a great night, folks. We'll see you in the morning. Bye-bye now.
Sticky floors, coffee stains, buzzing neon light remains. Faces murmur, shifting blame. Fingers tap on worn out wood. Shadows move where nothing should. Secrets hiding under hoods. True crime cafe, where the whispers play, where the lies don't fade, where the sinners stay. True crime cafe, nothing's black or white, just a bloody fight on the flickering light. Cops and questions, mouths shut tight. Truths and ghosts in the middle of the night. Everyone's guilty, nobody's right. Shattered glass on the floor like stars. A world of bruises and broken scars. Justice choking in a smoky bar. True crime cafe, where the whispers play, where the lies don't fade, where the sinners stay. True crime cafe, nothing's black or white, just a bloody fight on the flickering light. Cops and questions, mouths shut tight. Truths and ghosts in the middle of the night. Everyone's guilty, nobody's right. Shattered glass on the floor like stars. A world of bruises and broken scars. Justice choking in a smoky bar.